I
Hold
finally
on a
figured out
second.
how to get my black ass in the stupid
Yo,
hangout.
what's going
How's
on,
everybody
everybody?
doing?
This your boy Resurrection, and we are live with another
Resurrection.
motherfucking calling out the bullshit.
Don't be playing that dumb fake shit, man. I want to hear real applause,
This
man.
ain't BGST,
Shut the fuck
That
up,
nigga.
shit out of
bitch. Shut the fuck up,
That's what
bitch.
I'm saying. I don't need no fake ass applause,
This
nigga.
is my shit.
What's wrong
This
with
is
you,
my
man? You said
shit, motherfucker.
you better turn that Iron Wolf shit down, man. I don't need that shit. But anyway, there's a few things I gotta say about the whole PlayStation Legion,
Hold
man.
on a
To me, it
second.
seems like they honestly believe that my black ass actually hate them. What I find funny, or I should say ironic about this whole community is that when you make videos on them,
Hold
oh,
on a
it's not
second. Hold on a
entertaining
second.
now.
Hold
But when
on a
they make
second.
videos on
Hold on
you,
a second,
oh my
Shadow.
bad.
We jumped right into the shit. We need to fucking do introductions in this bitch.
Introductions, man.
Uh,
Motherfuckers know who I am.
Man, don't nobody know who the you got an unknown name up above your motherfucking symbol.
Hey,
Don't
bro,
nobody know
I
who the
changed
fuck you are.
it. Screw you. Until further notice. Okay? Until
Let me
further
start
notice.
on the far side. My boy Wavy, go ahead and shout out to the people. Let them know what the fuck's going on.
What's good, people? It's your boy Wavy Cricket. I'm here to talk shit. Let's get this shit started. Y'all know where to
Same
find
nigga that
me
didn't
at.
accept Resurrection's drink challenge, a punk ass nigga. Oh,
Hell yeah. Matter of fact, you still ain't proved you ain't no damn social reject.
Resurrection.
Nigga, I will
I
never
don't want to hear
prove
shit
I'm
from
not a
both you
social
motherfuckers.
reject.
Yeah, Wavy's a fucking fraud, but we gonna talk about that later. We're gonna talk about that a little bit later. Jet.
But I'm still waiting for you on Street Fighter though.
Oh, but
Man, I'm waiting
you
for
don't want
both
But
of
to.
I'm
y'all
the
ass on Street
fraud.
Fighter, man.
You a fucking
I'm about
fraud,
to make
bro.
my
But
black
I'm
ass
the
buy a
fraud.
You a
PS4, but I
fucking
ain't trying to see
fraud.
another one of JTech TV's PlayStation MPD statistic
Hold
sales. You know
on a
what I
second.
mean?
Hold on a second. Jet, go ahead and shout out to the people.
This is the Jet Big Boss coming at you niggas 97 more times, nigga. Buried in the motherfucking PlayStation Legion. Ha ha.
Yeah.
You already know who's about to come up next. This is your
Uh,
boy Shadowman. Oh my bad. Go ahead, say
hold
my
on.
name.
Unknown, go ahead. Since you didn't edit your
Unknown.
since you
Yo, alright,
what?
anyway, this is Shadowman ABC123, the ruler of dead side and live side. You cannot take me out. I belong in two realms. So if you flag out my channel, I'll still be coming back because that's what Shadowman's all about.
That's why you have like 6 other channels, man. So you ain't
So
gotta
who
worry
that
about
fucking
the
punk
lag.
ass white boy? Hold on, I
Oh
smell white
shit.
boy.
Oh
What's
shit.
up, man? You're
Yeah.
damn right I'm a
Oh
cracker,
shit, what
son.
up? Is that Sentries?
Hell yeah, son. All day
What's going
long.
on, man? I
My
heard you
cracker
be
ass is
playing that
hitting
League
you
of
while I'm
Legends
hitting
shit,
your
man.
shit ass.
Your white colors are showing now.
Oh
Yes,
shit.
yes, yes.
Man, next time I'm gonna be seeing you on
Yes,
that World
yes,
of
sir, master.
Warcraft.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, master.
Yeah. That shit funny though, man. But yo, Jay,
Okay.
you play Xbox, man? I need
Hold
another.
on a second, Shadow. God
Oh, my
damn.
bad.
Yeah, man.
You was
My
all
bad.
out of protocol.
All lot of goddamn
You need to
protocol.
follow the motherfucking protocol.
Shit, man. I'm the
Shit.
Black J Centuries.
There's
What, why,
levels. There is
why you
levels to
following the
this.
protocol? I'm gonna go take a piss.
There is levels to this shit. Hold on a
Yeah,
second.
go.
Let me
Yeah.
set my moderator real quick in the chat. Um, what the fuck was we? What the fuck was we talking? Sentries just stepped out. That's everybody know who the fuck Jay
Yeah, he went to
Sentries
go take a
is.
leak.
Okay, let's jump right into the motherfucking topic of conversations in this bitch. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with Shadowman. Shadowman, we're gonna talk about this whole shit that has been going down with the PlayStation Legion and every motherfucking body.
Oh,
Let
I'm
the
gonna
people
tell you a
know.
lot of things about these fraud motherfuckers. First off, these fraud motherfuckers coming up with videos from shit that I did 4 to 5 years ago from a game Red Dead Redemption and trying to use it as credibility to try to expose me. Like, I mean, and what's funny about the whole shit is that when Rated D tried to expose me for saying that's not my PlayStation, actually I did say in that video it's not my PlayStation Network account, but obviously I was trolling the people online. So obviously when you troll people online, you say shit just to piss people off, pretty much. So I pretty much exposed his ass in the video, you know, with me having my account signed in and then having it signed out, pretty much. So he can't really say anything about that. And if he doesn't believe me, I'll just show it on my PlayStation. It's not really a big deal for me.
Okay, so you saying it is your PlayStation account? You was
Now,
just trolling
obviously
the
it is. I
fucking
mean, I can
president.
even send you guys messages if you guys want on it. I mean, that's just how easy I could do it.
Okay,
Just to confirm it.
cause they saying that you didn't earn those motherfucking trophies. That you
That's what I'm
actually
saying. Like,
you
let me tell you
They
something.
said you
I'm
spent
gonna be
They
honest.
said
I
you
let
spent
people
two
go into
hundred
my
dollars.
account.
They said you spent
That,
$200 for that account from your.
Wait,
that's
wait,
what
wait.
people are
Hold
saying.
on, hold
Really?
on.
Is that what they really think?
They said you.
Oh,
Rewind
damn,
for me.
Then
this
why the
nigga
hell
done
would I
spent
pay
more
two
money
hundred
than
dollars for
once.
an account when I could put that $200 to a new PlayStation for a
Hey,
new? Ain't
hold
that
on,
right,
hold on. I
Big
gotta
Joe?
ask a question. Who in their fucking right mind is gonna spend $200 for a fucking PlayStation account for fucking
Supposedly
trophies?
my black
Bruh,
ass, according to the PlayStation.
Well, let me tell you this. You got motherfuckers that spend money for subs on fucking YouTube,
That is
so
true.
I
That is
wouldn't
true.
put it past the
There's
nigga.
there's a
It's-
reason for that. There's a different reason for that. But for a fucking video game, just so you can tell people that you're a gamer, that's fucking
Yeah.
And that
stupid.
shit don't mean you a gamer, man. Majority of the people that have high trophy and achievement scores are some of the worst players I play online with.
I
Like
was
some of
at,
these people.
I was
Okay.
actually fucking around. Nobody said you spent money on a
Actually,
PlayStation
I
account.
did. Actually, I
But
did. What I did it. No, I did. What I did. What I ended up doing is I sold the account for $50 to put towards my
Well, I was
Xbox
about to
One.
say, because back in the
For that
day, you
game.
used to be able to say
For
Halo
that
2 and
Gears
Halo
One.
3 accounts for like $200-300, but that was because people wanted that high, MLG score.
Man, fuck that. Ain't no such thing as no MLG score, man. Most of the MLG players that I remember growing up get cared two
No, no,
shits
no.
about.
What I'm saying is
Oh, my bad.
people used to sell Halo 2 and Halo 3 counts back in the day for the high score
Oh, you
listing
talking
for
about the
you getting
Brigader
rank
rank?
5, rank 50 and shit. Yeah.
But the Brigader rank, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
back
remember.
when because we used to what we'd sit there and we'd do is we'd have one boosted account and then we'd use that account to boost up the other accounts up to 50, and my boy right trigger and left trigger would sell them accounts on like Amazon and shit like that. So
Yeah,
I
I know.
know you can do that, but I've never heard of anyone selling one for fucking achievements.
Yeah, I feel you on that. But I'm saying, yeah, like I remember that shit even back then on Halo 3, especially, man. Everybody was trying to get that,
Oh,
Brigader
it was
rank.
huge on Halo 3.
To me personally, honest, I was never able to get it. But at the same time, I ain't gonna pay any sort of money to get some sort of symbol. Nah, that just ain't
okay.
me.
So basically, the count belongs to you. Now we got somebody
Yeah.
in the I think was it Rated D that said, I think Jet, it was on Jet's video. Did Rated D say that Uncharted 4 is the best selling game on PlayStation 4? Is that what he said?
Said that on PS3 RPG channel. Said it
Well,
was
there was an article that came out this week that said that Uncharted 4 is the best, fastest selling IP
Oh,
on the
fastest
PlayStation
selling.
4, and it's the
Fastest selling.
second.
And then
The second fastest selling IP is No Man's Sky, so he could have been talking about that, but it was the fastest selling. It wasn't the most selling.
Most selling, right? Okay.
What's-
Cause
okay.
if I'm not mistaken, ain't Call of Duty is outselling that shit.
No,
Doesn't
but they were
Nah,
talking about
it's not, if
exclusivity. They
anything.
weren't talking about
Oh, they
Shit
talking
went
about
actual.
to
exclusives.
million.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they were just talking about exclusives.
Okay, got you. And then we had somebody saying that they sold fucking 10 million Uncharted 4 copies.
don't be
Where the
proud.
fuck did?
That's bullshit because they haven't even came out with the numbers for Uncharted 4 yet. The only thing you can see is VG charts.
Okay.
But
Well,
what I'm saying, why does sales matter to these gamers out there? I mean, I thought gamers played games,
That's
not
that console war bullshit, son.
Man, there ain't no such thing as a console war. That's some fake ass shit you well, not you, but these fanboys made up to make themselves feel some sort of special way about themselves.
well,
Because
Centuries is a fanboy, so it's fine for you
is
to
he?
say that.
Alright, what?
Oh,
Yeah.
Jay,
Fuck
Jay,
outta
come
here,
on, you
son.
a fanboy? What
He's
you
an
mean?
Xbox fanboy, yeah.
I'm an
Oh, you one of them
Xbox
niggas,
fan, but
alright.
if you actually watch my last video, you will understand why I'm an Xbox fan. It's not for
Well,
the console or anything. It's for the
well,
community
tell me, because I want to hear
associated
this
with.
shit for real. I didn't know this.
It's all right. Here's the thing. I've ran a clan for the last since 2004, essentially. I've been on Xbox with them for like over 12 years. I was with Xbox back in 2001. So it's the community. If all my guys like right now left and went over to PlayStation, I would go to PlayStation. If they all went to PC, I'd go to PC.
So
It's
you're
not
not
because of
I
the
fanboy.
understand.
console. It's
Yo,
because of
Jay,
the
I
people I
understand you got
associate
you
with.
got your fan base, you got your friends there, but what I'm saying, you can still buy a PlayStation 4 and a Wii U
Oh
to
yeah,
come,
I can still buy.
you
No,
know.
I have a Wii U. I have a
He
Wii
Oh,
U.
you do? I
refuses.
got
He
one.
refuses
I
to buy a
also have.
PlayStation 4. Jay
You
refuses to.
refuse? What the hell?
Oh no, I never said I didn't refuse. I was planning on buying a PS4 when Uncharted came out, but then they started talking about the Neo, so I was like, I'll wait and I'll see what the Neo's about, and then I'll make my decision based off of that.
I
Makes a lot of
guarantee
sense.
you. I guarantee you, when this Neo comes out, Jay will not buy it.
Damn, nigga, why
you
always trying to, like-
Nah, I'm about to call you out on that. Wrong. JTech TV will sell his existing PS4 like he did his PS3 to put towards the Neo.
Yo, he sold this PS3 to a barber for $50 to get.
Oh, oh my God!
You didn't know that shit?
You said to a barber.
That nigga sold it for $50 and 2 shape ups.
But see, my issue is that how can you claim that you're a Sony fan? But okay, if that's the term that you want to use for yourself, that's fine. But any Sony gamer that I know keeps their PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PS3, and PS4. That's like saying, well, I got me a Dreamcast, let me get rid of my
I don't
PS.
think that's everybody, man,
You know,
because by your standards, I'd be an Xbox fan, right? And every generation, I sell my old generation hardware because I
why?
don't use it anymore. So, I mean, like, that's
Why?
just who I am. Because I don't see the point of having that fucking clutter, especially if I'm not going to...
You talking about clutter, man. The Xbox One don't
If
even
I
got
don't
a
play
full
shit after
compatibility
6
list of
months to a
games. If you
year,
still
I get
kept the
rid of it.
No, I understand. Like I said, that's your personal choice, but I'm saying the 360 still has its purpose even when the Xbox One's out, because even though the Xbox One compatibility is a good feature, but not every single game that you might like
Oh
will be
yeah, I
compatible
agree
for
with
it.
you, but there's a lot of games like I want to say 30% of my 360 library that I have digital I can't even access right now at all.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean that still doesn't matter. It still means like I don't like if I don't play a game after 6 months, I just don't play it anymore. You know, it sits
Damn,
there
they
on the
gave
fucking
up
shelf.
like that?
Oh
Damn.
yeah.
Damn, man, I ain't like that, man. I still cherish all my old shit, man. That's why I still got most of my
No,
shit.
but there are people out
Hey,
there
but
that like that.
now Shadow, those videos weren't yours though. You got those off of somebody else's channel, right?
Yeah, which one?
The ones with your retro game.
No, that's just my. Who said that shit? That's my shit. Oh,
You know they
fuck?
said that. You know that's the
Who
argument
said
that they
that bullshit?
I
Like, you
heard
was
the
actually believing
Legion,
that?
I
the
heard that one
motherfucking.
from fucking
What? People
Wavy
act, yo, you know
Cricket.
what? All right, you know, let me talk about this shit. First off, how the hell is it somebody's shit when you hear me talking in the background with me moving my fucking camera? What? Man, that's got to be the biggest reach I've ever
No,
seen.
now what? Jay,
I
what were
heard
you
it
gonna
was
say?
trap gamers.
I heard it was Wavy Cricket that was the one that was DMing me that and told me that shit.
Told you
Oh
what,
Man, like
shit!
nigga?
I said, you know what I'm gonna do next
Oh
time? For me
shit!
to, for me to, for me to expose all these frauds again. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put my fucking YouTube name right on top of my shit and say this shit
Hold on, wait a minute.
belongs
Wait a
to
minute.
me.
Now Wavy, are you gonna let him throw you under the bus like this?
I don't know
Yeah,
what he's talking
I'm
about.
throwing him under the bus all day long, son.
He
man, don't
said,
worry, man. I heard
"Wait,
Wavy took that challenge, man. He wasn't thinking right.
hey Wavy, Jay said it was you that was messaging him saying that those retro games didn't belong to Shadowman. Is that true?"
I
Yeah,
mean, if
Wavy, that sound like that. It sound like you did say that shit.
yeah,
That's the
it
sign of.
sounds like something I would do. I'm just like all these
But did
other
you do it
frauds on
though?
YouTube.
Yo,
I
yo,
mean, I believe I didn't do it, but if you have the proof and the evidence there, then
Show the
I'm
proof.
caught
Hold on,
red-handed.
hold on.
I
I
ain't
want
got
to
no
Yeah,
see the
let's see the
proof,
proof.
proof.
man.
Let's
He
see the
Fuck
talking
proof.
all
shit.
that. Fuck
Yeah, let's
all of
see it.
that. I want to see the proof. If you got messages
I
showing
ain't
the
got the
shit,
proof, son. Man, you know I'm fucking around. Why
see
you
now you starting to sound like
Ah,
one
man, come
stop.
on, Jay.
Now
Come
you starting
on,
to sound
Jay.
like one stop. Woe is me, but you
Man,
ain't got the paper trail.
Yeah, you ain't got the goddamn paper trail, man. Just like Blackbond ain't got the fucking paper trail on his shit.
man, Blackbone
yo,
ain't
you ain't
got
hear
shit
about
at
that
this
rumor?
point. The only thing this man, I heard this man be going in somebody else's house taking pictures of himself by a pool and acting like that.
Anyway, hey, who can pull up Blackbond's fucking Twitter page real quick? Because I can't pull that shit up.
Hey
What the
guys, y'all didn't hear
shit?
about
I
that
can't even
rumor?
pull it up because even if I did, I'm blocked anyway. I can't see
Oh
shit
no,
from
no,
this.
no! I just need you to pull up the banner. I don't need you to pull up the Twitter like the actual shit. I want to show y'all something.
The one where
Uh,
he's making out with a thought.
Yeah, the fucking banner that he put before he blocked me, where he sat there and told all the people he was like, "Yo, this makes everybody fucking jealous." I'm gonna show y'all
Oh,
something.
you talking about that girl shit, the one he kicked, man? First off, and like from what I've noticed, because I've seen, I think he's got a brother named Rudy Gallagher. First off, to me it seemed like his brother's living rather comfortably. Okay, to me it seems like Vaughn is trying to be like how his brother is, because when you look at his brother's Facebook, he the one with the bitches, he the one with the cars, he the one with the white woman, he the one with this, he the one with the kid. You know what I'm saying? He's the one with the home. Black Vaughn ain't got any of that shit. I'm saying, look up that dude, Rudy Gallagher. I'm telling you, man, it just seems like he's living in the shadow of his own brother. You know, that's just
oh,
how I
God.
see it.
Well, shit.
Hey guys.
Yeah, go ahead, Jet.
Yeah, y'all see my screen?
Oh, hey yo, I heard Jay Tech got fucked by Ready D, bruh. Like
What?
Man,
that's
fucked.
yeah.
What
Y'all
you
see my
mean?
screen?
Niggas
What
be
you
going
talking
in
about, man? We got
houses.
some new gay allegations going on.
Oh,
Them
hold on.
gay,
Y'all see my
bruh.
screen?
Hold on a second.
Let me
Go
see.
ahead.
Hold on. Let
Hold
me
on.
look at the screen. Hold on.
Niggas are
Now, you
fucking
see how blurry that shit is right there, man? You know why he's got that shit all blurry, right? Because you know that ain't him. You can't tell if that's him or not, man.
That's
That's what I'm
probably
saying.
Let's be
him.
honest, yo. Look,
Cause that
look,
nigga
look,
supposedly
let's get in a little closer here.
that nigga's like 6'4". That's no way that's
Look,
that
that's
nigga.
not him, bro. That's not him at all. He's
Yeah, that's
using
not him.
fucking other dudes' fucking profile photos. And look
I'm
at
a,
this is why I said this is subliminal messages. What he really is talking about right here is he wants a giant hairy nuts in his mouth. That's all.
Oh my god.
yo,
Oh
let
my
me
god.
tell you something, Brett. Yo, Jay, that shit definitely ain't him because Blackbond is like a few more inches taller than his brother, and his brother's more level to the girl's height than he is.
That's
He's
what
pretty
I'm
much
saying, man. Like you
yeah. I
know it's
noticed
not
that.
him.
Yeah,
Yo, it's
brother's a lot taller than
2016,
that.
right? How the hell is your goddamn camera phone that fucking blurry? Come on now, get the
And
fuck
first of
out
all,
of
that
here,
shit ain't even his
bullshit.
camera because how the fuck? So pretty much you would have to tell somebody to take a picture of him supposedly kissing a woman. You
Well,
feel
yeah,
me?
that's what I figured it
Right.
was, but
Yeah,
like the
exactly.
camera is way too goddamn blurry,
Because
Now
son.
no
why
way
Holy
you
y'all
put the
why
shit.
y'all
camera
making fun of why y'all making fun of this dude's first kiss like that? That is just disrespectful, and I'm
first
not gonna sit.
I
kiss.
thought his first kiss was by
I'm
a
not gonna.
man, son. I thought it was
Nah.
Kyle, bro.
Now you talking about Kyle Lambert? Yeah, you
Oh,
talking about
Yeah, I
Kyle
thought that was
Lambert,
his
right?
first kiss, son.
that's just nasty, man. We gotta move on.
Kyle
This is too
Lambert
this
came
is
to
too
make
gay for me. Uh, oh man, I don't know what the
He
fuck y'all.
still ain't answered the goddamn question of why he was chatting with another grown ass man asking
he
for
didn't.
sexual
He's still
favors on his
damage
Facebook.
controlling. He's still avoiding the question.
That nigga Blackbond like that dildo up his ass, man. He loves that shit.
Oh,
Now we know
Man,
really
all
why
that
he
man.
likes to
Let
go
me
to
tell you
the
something, man.
sports
Black
games
Bond is
because
in
he
some
likes to watch
serious denial
sweaty
right now.
ass man
He can
fucking
have
run
all that
around.
shit he wants. All that shit that was on his Facebook account is tied to where his family and his friends are. So you trying to tell me that's a fake account, knowing that your family or friends are on that same exact account
Correct me
to
if
where
I'm
that
wrong. He's
whole
in New
shit?
Jersey, right?
That shit is ridiculous. There's no
Yeah.
way.
Yo, correct me if I'm wrong. He's from New Jersey, right?
Is he?
Yeah, I think so.
If you actually go look up that profile and everything, it's the grinder one. It's from New Jersey, and he was trying to pin that on me, saying that. But if you look at the video that you showed, Shadowman, it says the person in question was 740 miles away. I'm 899 miles away. So like, there's
Okay.
no way he could fucking pin it on me. If you
Yeah,
actually
exactly.
look
So because
and do a radius.
the miles don't match. They don't
Yeah, the
match.
miles don't match. If you do a radius check, the only states that are in that 700-mile radius is like Idaho, Kentucky, Indiana, and a few others that are around the fucking New Jersey area, all up north and Central
Exactly, man.
America.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, man. You know, I don't think the problem is of Black Bond being gay. I think the problem is that he goes around the community calling people cocksuckers, fags, and all this other shit, right? And look who the biggest fag is
He's a
now.
walking
See my
fucking
point?
contradiction, son, on every fucking front. Like, what's up with
He
this
is.
blocking shit now? In all
He is.
honesty. And then he's like, "Oh, I don't listen to bottom feeders." Then how the fuck did you know I tweeted something out, you motherfucker?
If he didn't
If you
listen to
don't listen
bottom
to
feeders, he
bottom
wouldn't be
feeders.
responding to the majority of my videos that I make on him. If he didn't reply to bottom feeders, he wouldn't be talking to Hard Eight about calling the police on my ass, like on some
Oh
real
yeah,
shit.
that's what I'm saying. Like he
This
claimed he
dude,
don't listen to bottom feeders, but he sure is in our business. He knows
hmm
every fucking little thing we're doing.
exactly. And it's funny though, because me and Resurrection was talking about it, because supposedly when he did a video about I think you and Resurrection or something, he showed your name, but he didn't show Resurrections. He crossed his name out, but he showed yours for some reason. He said he doesn't like giving people attention, but I don't
Because
understand.
he's mad that I was going at him, and then I wasn't replying to his ass on Twitter when he was sitting there blowing my shit up
For
for
11
12
hours.
fucking hours straight.
11 hours talking to himself
Yeah, talking
about
to
how these
himself.
motherfuckers
No,
hate
it was
gays and
dude.
bullshit.
It was 12 hours straight. Then he came back the fucking next day for another 3 more fucking hours, and then finally, I guess he was smart enough to realize, or someone went to him and said, "Yo, bro, you need to stop blowing up that dude's Twitter because he's not replying to you. You're making yourself look bad." Because he finally blocked me after like the 3 hour mark, and I just started laughing.
That shit is.
he blocked you for not replying. That shit is
Yeah,
hilarious.
he blocked me for
Oh
not
It
fuck.
replying.
seems like he wanted to get your attention. Yeah,
Oh
that dude is
man.
fucking homo.
In the same news around the same way, please explain to me what do y'all think about this dude, video game lover? Cause he's out of
Oh,
control.
he's
Let me
all
tell
over
you
Black
something.
Bond's dick. Yo,
He
I
is
am
out
actually.
of control. He is out
Hey,
of
I'm actually
control. And
starting to think that's Kyle.
Like I said, I
oh,
personally had no issues with VGL, man.
Nah, man, it makes sense, man. That could be Kyle.
I
oh
had no
shit.
issues with VGL. The only time we started having issues is that this nigga pretty much dick rides everything Black Bond does, right? But every time somebody else do something, oh, you can't do that. You can't say that about Black Bond. And the only time he shows up on my videos is when I'm talking about Black Bond. He doesn't show up on any of my other videos. Like it could be Crap Gamer, Rated D, or anybody else that I'm talking shit about. It's always the same exact person. I'm like, bro, you don't even come on the videos I make about you. You come on videos that, that have
Now,
nothing to even do
that's
with you.
just crazy because he talks a lot of shit in comment
Mhm,
sections. He makes
mhm.
videos. But when we got the 2 times that we got him actually in a Google Hangout, that he folded up like a fucking lawn chair.
Well, here's the
I
funny thing, man. This motherfucker constantly, every time he goes into someone's thing, I don't want to do drama, I don't want to do this, but where the fuck are you at in everybody's comment section when a drama video is going
He
on?
gets himself in there. He gets himself in there. Like, I mean, he pretty much instigates the whole thing. I mean, the main reason as to why I just thought it was unacceptable what he did, because he's making it seem like, oh, well, I understand your point of view. Then he's on Twitter talking shit behind my back. Like, really, bro? And I'm saying to myself, if that's how you really feel, then come in my comment
Oh yeah,
sections and say that
yeah.
bullshit.
That
Don't be
12,
going to other people saying that
in that
nonsense.
12-hour rant that Bond was doing, he was the only motherfucker actually replying back to Bond and actually retweeting Bond's shit out. I was
Bond
laughing
don't
my
even
fucking
get
ass off.
what I find funny. Bond don't for as much as this dude worships Black Bond. Black Bond don't come on his videos. I bet Black Bond don't even have his ass subscribed. Black Bond don't even talk to him on Twitter. Like I mean, it's like you're friends with a person that don't like you. Like same thing with JTech TV, how he kept retweeting everything for Black Bond. Look at these social regents. Look at these guys. Look at these people that hate you and myself. And then you got Black Bond saying, "Look at this fool JTech in the 12-hour podcast on PlayStation."
Hmm.
Motherfucker must have felt stupid in, right? Talking all
Wasn't that
that
the
bull.
one where he fell asleep though?
Did he?
Yeah, there was one where he literally fell asleep in the fucking live stream because we were sitting in Discord with a couple of the guys, and one of them pointed it out. And it was like J-Tech was talking shit about someone, and the next thing you know, he fell asleep in the live stream for like 6 fucking hours.
Let me tell you something, man. He might have fell asleep in that live stream, but I think he was streaming for a very long time that day. That's the main reason as to why his
Oh
ass
yeah.
passed out
Oh no,
while
no,
playing.
that's what I'm thinking. I think he probably passed out on the shit and didn't realize it. But like, I think that's the one in question. I think that's the reason why it went like 12 hours.
Yeah, probably so, but I mean, shit, if that was me, I wouldn't have woke up until the next day. I mean, that motherfucker woke up after the next 6 hours and probably still
But
played
here's my
online. I mean,
question:
come on.
how the fuck do you not know you're tired enough to go ahead and just cut the bitch off and go to bed? Like, are you really
Exactly.
associated with?
That's what I'm
Are
saying.
you in that much love with your
Oh
PlayStation
shit.
that you
It
have to
just shows
fucking
how
fall asleep on the
dedicated
bitch?
he was playing. And
Yeah,
I think he was
well.
playing a lot before he even started streaming. I've heard him and Rated D were in a fucking podcast for 24 hours, from what I've heard. Even
Oh
worse
my
than that.
god.
Do these
Yeah.
motherfuckers have a job? Like, do
Nah,
they
none of these
understand?
motherfuckers.
Like, do they got a
They don't do
career?
talk.
Any of that shit? Because they're
None
not
of them.
making their career off of YouTube because they're fucking worthless on YouTube too.
Shit, man.
Well,
It,
I,
it
I
was.
just think it's fucking weird how a lot of these people that are talking shit to us were they were cool with us at first, and then when
Mhm.
we did one thing that they didn't like, then they go talk to these other motherfuckers that they swore they hated,
Exact.
just so they
And
could be just so they could come at us and be like, yeah, they're fucking stupid and all of this shit, but they the same people that was talking shit about these people right along
I
with
agree.
us. Shit's
It's the
crazy.
same thing. It's the same thing. Like, not to throw anybody's names out there, but I'm gonna throw out a few. Uh, the same thing with PS3 RPG fan. I know he wasn't. I know he's not here, but he was supposed to be. But PS3 RPG fan. Yeah, I know if you listen to this shit right now, you better, because I'm gonna say this. As soon as I talk shit about your boy PlayStation Inquisition, you started siding with JTech TV and the rest of them niggas you don't like. Same thing with VGL. As soon as I started talking about Black Bond, you wanted to start siding with him. Same thing could apply to Skull, dude. I mean, I made
Yeah,
a
but
few
see
Black
that
Bond
that's the
videos.
thing I
Now you
don't
want to go
get.
on his dick and ride him. It's like no matter who I talk about or what I do, if I offend your friend, you want to side with the people that you don't like. But to be honest, Rez, it doesn't make us look bad. It just makes them look more stupid. You know what I
See,
mean? You got
that's the
PS3
thing I don't
RPG.
get though, bro. Like, maybe it's the mentality that I have, but you know, from when I was growing up, when you get into a fight, it's usually you and the other person. It's a one-on-one engagement. It's not
Mhm.
six other motherfuckers jumping on one goddamn dude.
But see, me, they
So,
can have that. I mean, six of these motherfuckers, I could be in a party chat with the whole PlayStation Legion fucking group and I will body every single one of their ass and
Oh
roast
yeah, I get that, but what I'm
you know.
saying is they really have to go to that extreme. That just tells me that
That's
they
all.
can't fucking stand up on their own 2 feet. That's all that's
Nah,
telling me.
you're right. You're right, Jay. I mean, you're right because apparently they got to side with people they don't even like. You feel me? That's like saying, all right, Rez, let's use this as an example. Let's just say me and Resurrection had some altercation where we don't want to talk to each other no more. And I'm sitting there on the low talking to J Tech TV like, yo, you know that bitch nigga Resurrection? Yeah, you one of us now? Yeah, man, fuck that, man. Fuck that nigga Rez and Wavy Cricket. I'm niggas some bitches now. Like, what? Knowing that nigga, all the shit that I said about JTech TV in my videos, all that shit come to a halt because of a disagreement to somebody that, nah, I can't. You ain't never gonna see me do that, ever, never. You ain't never gonna see me do that talking to somebody I don't like.
You're
And, I,
right,
and,
exposing fuck boys. He does favor and retweets
and personally,
everything
I
Dom
don't
does.
dislike JTech. I really want the man to get help. I don't dislike Rated D or any of these people. I don't even dislike Blackbond.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
you can't help retards. You can't.
I know you can, but at
Damn.
the same
There's
time.
one definitive way to help a retard out, man, and that's give him a cup of bleach.
Man, you
Oh,
get. I mean, no matter what you do at this point, man, the crumb side became a point to where no matter, like, you remember back then people said exposing actually had a, like, it actually mattered, but at the same time they get exposed and they make it seem like, well, they just believe their own lies. I mean, I just can't believe that somebody can wake up in the morning and
bro.
just be like,
If
that
that
shit
ain't
ain't
the
never.
fucking, if that ain't the fucking truth, look how many times we exposed One
Hmm.
Stop.
But
That's
see,
true.
that's the
He
problem.
still don't think he bought it.
He
He still
This
think he's
this
innocent.
day of YouTube, or this YouTube that we're in now, exposing doesn't mean shit. Back in the
He
day, it
don't.
probably actually meant something before I came on here, and it
Mhm.
actually meant that the motherfucker got off YouTube. Now, man, you can
It
get
only
it
meant
fucking
something when
exposed
they
on
want to
every
top, making fun of
one, and it
everybody
doesn't mean
else.
a goddamn thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I said, they want to flag, they want to talk shit about other people, but as soon as that shit come back right at them, oh, it ain't part of entertainment. I mean, you got Rated Detail talking to me saying, oh, I'm making these dudes mad. Look at these videos that I'm doing on them. Yet, not thinking the same thing about my videos. Do you honestly believe, Rated D, that I'm actually mad at you when I do these exposed videos? You the one getting upset. Me personally, I'm just doing it for the entertainment, right?
The
I mean,
entertainment
everybody
and the
wants to go
kicks.
around and say it's entertainment, but as soon as somebody counters back and responds and expose your ass, oh, it ain't entertainment now. That shit personal. Now, what you? That's some personal shit. You
Now,
going after me?
I'm glad you brought that up, Shadow Man, because that's what I want
Hmm.
to kind of talk about. Is these not all of them, but there are
Hmm.
some weird ass fucking subscribers. There are some weird subscribers. What they'll do
Hmm.
is you'll put up some gameplay, you'll have live streams. They will not participate in that bullshit. But the moment you put up something drama related, the first thing that they the first motherfucker to comment on your shit and say, "Oh, you need to keep the shit game." You ain't seen this person in 3 months on your channel. All of a sudden they come
Exactly.
on here.
See,
Yep.
I've seen a
All you
lot of
doing is talking
them, and
about
I've had a lot
Exactly.
of them also come to me and say, "Yo, bro, you know what? I would rather watch you do drama than do gameplay. I'm tired of seeing gameplay."
But at
So
least
like,
that guy's honest, though. At least that
yeah,
guy's
I've
honest.
had two of them in my comment section say that, and I'm like, even exposing fuckboy says the same thing. He would rather see drama than gameplay.
But that's
yeah,
I
good.
this
But
mean,
shit.
there's
These
nothing
subs-
wrong with it. Jay, there's nothing wrong with that. Me and Resurrection don't care what people want to see. If that's
yeah,
what you want, that's fine. The problem is that these same people that act like they don't like drama, these are the same motherfuckers clicking on the videos that have everything to do with drama.
oh
You
yeah,
feel
I
right.
me?
agree with
And
you on that.
you see, and then when you upload gameplay for these folks, you don't even get. I can't even surpass 100 views on some majority of my videos
Well,
because
see,
these so-called.
that's why I agree with what Heartache said last year when he said like, this YouTube is all fucked up because
Mhm.
if you look at all his videos and gameplay, like the views don't match up. Like everybody doesn't watch that, but when the drama comes around, that shit hitting
Everybody's
2,000,
on it.
3,000 views.
That's just the way it is, man. It's always been like that. That's the way of life, man. Controversy and drama sells. Why do you think we got all these damn ass stupid
Oh yeah, I
reality
said this
TV
is the
shows?
Jerry
That's
Springer.
what people
Well,
want.
that's
You
the
know?
thing, man.
That's the market.
It's so many fucking gaming channels on YouTube. To me, I made up in my mind. I don't want to just be another fucking gaming channel. All I want to do is come on here. I want to make people fucking laugh. I
Same.
want people to have a fucking good time and just fucking
That's about it.
relieve some fucking stress. That's it.
That's about it, man.
Oh
At
yeah.
this point, like me, I'll upload some gameplay every now and then. But like I said, when I made that video saying the videos that YouTubers upload or anything that you support is a reflection of you, I really meant that shit. Because we can go around and complain about we don't like DLC, yet you guys are buying it. I'm tired of Call of Duty releasing every year, yet you the same motherfucker lining up on the midnight launch for it. You see my point? If you supposedly dislike or disdain something, then don't go out there and support the shit. Because at the end of the day, these corporations don't give a fuck. As long as they see that $60 in their fucking bank, they don't give a fuck about if you dislike the game or not. I've had people tell me, bro, I'm gonna buy Infinite Warfare for $80 to $100 just so I can get Modern Warfare.
Good
You know what
God.
they're gonna start doing now? What they're gonna do is start making some shitty newer Call of Duty games, and they're gonna be like, just remaster the old one and put it in there. So pretty much you buying an old remastered game, then the same person's telling me, well, I'll just sell it back when they don't give a fuck because you've already paid $80 to $100 for something. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck if you fish fry the game afterwards. They don't care. You see my point? They're pretty much using that shit as a front just so you can buy a remastered game. That's the new shit now. That's gonna be the new shit for the longest. Call of Duty set a new fucking. I'm telling you, man. I swear to God, I swear that's gonna be a common thing with these games, man. I swear.
So where the fuck is Wavy Cricket at?
I'm right here.
The fuck,
Nah,
you
he ain't
smoking
talking.
weed? What the hell's going on over there?
What is he?
Nigga, quiet than a
Man,
motherfucker. I
the
swear you
girlfriend
be
Y'all
must be fucking
niggas
his
love
ass
to
on
talk,
mother.
bruh.
you be taking some Valiums or something every time before you come in here. Y'all don't know what the fuck you be down and shit. I need you to
Nah,
wake up.
You weren't down when
nah,
Andrew
y'all
Tucker was
niggas.
in there, but he was talking a lot of shit there. When Andrew Tucker was in there, shit, Daddy
Man, that
Chico was
nigga
one
pissed
time.
me off because he said, I don't know why you motherfuckers feel that he's botting when all
It's
the
not about
evidence is
it's not
right
about we
there.
feel what he's bought it, motherfucker. We got evidence of the motherfucker bought it. That's what you don't understand, Andrew Tucker. It has nothing to do with how we feel. It's about what we see and what we're. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's just
That's the
ridiculous.
same type of motherfucker to see One Stop kill somebody and then
Still
go up to the
defending.
court and testify saying that he didn't kill somebody, even though
Yo,
he
bro, we
seen
got
this shit.
bro, we got video surveillance of One Stop killing somebody.
And
Yo,
we
he
saw
didn't do it.
you there. You actually saw
I
this shit,
swear, I
motherfucker.
swear that nigga look like Snoop Dogg. That shit don't look like One Stop. I'm telling you, that ain't him and his
That
wife.
was Bob Marley, nigga.
Man, Bob Marley's already dead. Oh, he must have came back from the dead, or so I don't know. But
It
that
was
nigga,
Tupac.
that shit, but
Don't you
that shit,
mean
that
Now I want
surveillance
to clear.
video ain't him.
I want to clear this shit up because this shit has been really. I still don't understand the full story, Mr. Centuries. Can you explain this shit to people? Cause I don't know the whole story. I'm still confused about this shit. What
explain what?
this whole thing with the whole gay website shit? What is the true story? What the fuck
Dude,
happened?
I've already explained this story several times. Like this is the shit.
But I didn't hear it.
I was in a closed hangouts kind of like this with Dave, Poppy, and a couple of the other guys. And this was around, I want to say September or August of last year. We were all talking about trolling fucking, well, I was talking along with Kenoshi and them about trolling Bear Hugger. So I came up with a great idea because at this time, the whole situation was going on with Titanfall Princess, everybody calling her a tranny, right? So I was like, yo, I got a great idea. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Facebook. I'm going to take Bear Hugger's fucking images. I'm going to make him look like a girl, and I'm going to like pretend that he's a tranny on Facebook and have people sent from Facebook over to his fucking YouTube account. And then I'm going to find a way to get the link to his Hangouts and have these guys show up on his Hangouts. That was the troll that I planned out with Thanos and Kenoshi and all them. But then, like a week later, I came back and I was like, yo, bro, I'm not going to do it. It takes too much time. I got to make a Facebook. I got to learn how to Photoshop, all this extra bullshit that I haven't even done. And so I fell through. I never fell through with the plan. So now we fast forward into about now. Dave and One Stop and them are pissed at me along with Poppy. So they use something that fucking Poppy and Dave know that I never even actually did against me because they want to fucking just get me off their back. And that's essentially what it was. I never made the fucking Facebook account. I never went to any gay sites. None of that bullshit. It was a troll plan that never fucking happened.
Okay, so all right, sorry to interrupt you though, Jay. All right, so for example, you never really went through with the whole thing.
Yeah, I
see,
never
my
went through
issue
with the
though.
whole thing, but here's the thing. I actually
Okay, yeah.
stated that in fucking One Stop's podcast right after he kicked me out. I came back in and restated that shit in the podcast, and even Bear Huggers said it. Because hold on, I can actually.
But see, but
Uh,
my issue, because I'm just trying to like, kind of get or trying to understand where you're coming from. So, but these same people that are kind of vilifying you for the thing that that you guys were all originally planning to do. So at the same time, they all had this shit in mind as well. They already knew
Yeah,
what you was
dude,
about
they
to do.
were all in
So
the fucking hangout call with me, and see, here's the thing that pissed me
see,
off about the situation. They were all
yeah,
they were all cheering it on. They were like, "Yo,
that's what
that's a
I'm
great
saying.
idea, yada yada yada."
Exactly. So,
And then a
like,
year
no offense to
later, they
Thanos and
bring it up.
anybody else, but they just as guilty as you. If they want to play that game, if that's fine, if they want to, but they just as guilty as that playing as you are because they were vouching for you. You feel me? It's the same shit. Yeah, they can
Okay,
say,
so
well, I'm
so
not the
you
one that
basically
did
saying
it.
that all of y'all was on gay websites.
No, no. Here's the thing.
No, not me.
No one went to any sites at all.
Blackbond.
Here's the thing, Resurrection.
Nobody went to a gay website.
No,
You were
it
just
was all talk. We were all talking about going and making a fake Facebook account for Bear, and I was gonna Photoshop him on his photos because they were giving me photos of him. I was gonna take his photos, put a like a hair over him, make him look like a girl, and I was gonna call him instead of Bear Hugger, like I was gonna give him a fake name or whatever, and then I was gonna say, yo, this is a bear or whatever they want to fucking call them guys, right? And then I was gonna try to track people from Facebook to go over to his podcast and his live streams and start hitting up on him like, yo, shit like that, right? But we never fucking fell through with it because one, the people that were going to send me the photos of Bear, because I didn't have any photos of Bear at the time, never sent me the photos, and then two, I never took the time out to go do the thing because usually when I troll, I usually hit the pros and cons before I start the troll, and there were too many cons to actually do it. One, I'd have to spend a lot of time on the Facebook. I didn't want to have to do that. Two, I would have to sit there and I would have to try to talk to these guys. I didn't really want to do that. And it was for a little fucking troll, and I was already talking so much shit to Bear and Poppy2K's channel, I didn't feel like I needed to troll him at that level. So I was like, I'm not even going to deal with this shit. So we never went through with the plan, but now you fast forward a year later, now they're trying to make it out like we actually went through this plan. And the funny thing is the same guys that are bringing this shit up were the same guys that were cool with it and didn't
Exactly.
even
That's kind
fucking
of the
say
point
anything.
that I was getting at. Yeah, these are the same people that vouched for it, the same people that were all part of this same plan that they
Yeah,
want to,
they're the same people when I
maliciously
brought the
call you
plan
out
to
for, pretty
light. They
much.
were all like, "Oh yeah, this is a cool ass plan. That's really cool.
Like I
Let's do
said,
it."
yeah, like I said, if they felt that type of way, they should have told you there and then. I don't think this is a cool idea. But at the same time, they want to throw you under the bus and make it seem like they had no involvement,
Well,
knowing that
like
they
I said,
obviously
the only
did.
reason they wanted to throw me under the bus is because I was beefing with One Stop and Dave and Poppy at the time. That was it. It wasn't for any other fucking reason.
So it became personal. So they felt that the only way they can get back at you is by throwing out dirty laundry, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, I
I
got it.
mean,
I
because
understand. I
think about
understand.
it. This
Like I
didn't
said,
even come out. This didn't even come out until
if
almost a
anybody
year.
disagrees with something, then you disagree with something all the way. It's none of this, well, I agree with you, but now since we ain't cool, this was all you, but not, like that. That's just,
Oh
to
yeah.
me, that's
And that
just
just
pussy.
shows me that I can't tell them guys at all any of my future troll plans
Well, at
because a
least you're
troll is
being
supposed to
completely
stay
honest
anonymous.
about what was going on. I mean, I can't stand people saying they weren't involved with something, knowing that they actually was. I mean,
No,
that's
no.
just fucked
See,
up.
I came into
And then try
YouTube.
to make it and then try to make it seem wrong. Like I said, if you disagree with it,
But
then
wait a minute. Well,
No,
wait a
oh,
no.
go
minute.
ahead.
See, I
Wait a
came
minute.
into YouTube
But
telling
you
Go ahead,
people I'm a
Red.
troll and an asshole. I'm not gonna fucking change my standards on that. That's who I am.
but you saying you never had plans to go to a gay website.
No,
It
there
was
was
just gonna
never. No, the
Photoshop shit.
plan was Facebook. What Dave and One Stop and then is they twisted the words around and changed it up. That's why if you listen to the podcast when they first said it, I was fucking confused. And then Dave brung it up again, and I was like, "Yo, you're talking about the troll that happened a year ago?" Because I had to actually sit there and think about what the fuck he was talking about. Because I
Okay.
couldn't even remember about the shit until he was like, "Yeah, you never remember when you was in a hangout call with us?" I was like, oh yeah, now I know what the fuck you're talking about, and I admitted, yeah, I'm a fucking troll. That's
Okay.
Well,
all
what
I
about
admitted
Dave?
to.
So
Well,
so
who
you
the
had
hell's Dave, man? Y'all talking about that bald headed looking white boy that say the same shit in every comment? Is that the same
Yeah,
motherfucker?
Dave's had enough because he was the one that brung it up because One Stop didn't even
Man,
know about
punk
it. It was
ass white
Dave that
boy,
knew
man.
about
He's
it.
gonna be the next nigga. He need to get his ass in here. I need to roast me another marshmallow.
Oh
Where
my
he at?
God. Why he got to be all of that now, Shadow? See, that's why you be getting in trouble and shit. You would have never got flagged if you hadn't. If you just be going, just
Man, I would have got
you be
flagged
going just a
anyway, man.
little
I'm
bit
telling you
too
right now,
far
I would have got
sometimes.
flagged anyway. Shit.
Sometimes you be going a little too far. Now, what do
No,
y'all think
I
about
mean,
this? Let me talk about that shit. Let me talk
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that shit. What do y'all think about bringing people's like putting people's families photos on? I already said what I
Yeah,
had to
let's
say
hear
about
this.
it.
Yeah, I want to hear you
What do
guys.
y'all think about putting people's families photos on YouTube and shit? Y'all let me know what y'all. Wavy, what the fuck you think about that?
Keep it real. Keep it real too.
Keep it real. I don't give a fuck about this shit. Honestly, like that shit has nothing to do with me. Blackbond's a fucking troll. He had it coming. He's
I
talking
mean,
about
let
next
me
gen
ask you a
no,
question.
no.
720.
Hold on. But all right. I mean,
He's
those are
talking
decent
about
responses.
next gen 720, like touching on his daughter, calling people pedophiles and shit. That shit
True,
comes back.
true. I mean, I agree on that statement.
I
But
mean,
more
it's
in the
not like you put some pictures making his family look bad or something, like they were killing somebody or beating
well,
on a
well,
child or
these,
some shit.
for example, Cricket. These were all public photos. You could have seen
Right.
Well,
anybody else that
that's
knew
what I
about
was
them.
about to ask you. Let me ask you. Here's my question.
Wait a
And
minute.
I
Wait a
said
minute.
this.
Wait a minute. Second. Before Shadow Man
Yep.
explains himself, I want to get everybody's opinion on the shit.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So Jay, go ahead. Say what you
Okay,
gonna say.
mine's gonna be a two-parter. The thing I have a problem with, if it's a public Facebook and everybody has access to it, and you link that shit to like your Twitter or your YouTube channel or anything, it's fair game. Now, if it's like a Facebook like mine, where my family Facebook is private, so nobody on YouTube should be able to actually look at it unless I friend you on there, then it's not fair game. That right there to me is off limits because I privatized that for that particular reason to protect my family. Now,
Okay.
Blackbond's Facebook isn't privatized. Now, I did notice when I went to go look at his Facebook, he restricted a lot of the access to the Facebook. So by that, I wouldn't use it again. But if you at the time that you was doing your shit, Shadow Man, you
Hmm.
had all the right to do it because he had that shit open, and
I
that's
mean,
the
this shit was
difference.
Okay,
okay.
okay, okay. Hold on a second. Go ahead, Jet Big Boss. Have you been listening?
Yeah, I'm here now, man.
Okay, what do you think about that? Putting people's personal or not personal, they're putting people's families photos on YouTube.
I mean, shit. Actually, I don't give a fuck, man. that nigga Black Bomb, man, he done did so much shit to people, bruh.
No,
So
I'm just saying in general. Okay, try to look past Black Bond. Do you think it's okay for somebody to uh just put somebody's person or family pictures on
Or a
YouTube?
YouTube video.
nah,
Can I add something to that? Like, it's some shit that if somebody did to me, I would personally beat a nigga's ass if you was anywhere in my vicinity.
nah,
But
I would have put the family out there. Nah, I would have just focused on that nigga personally. That's just
Well,
me.
but
That's a
see
good response.
what he was trying to do though was he was trying to point out that the Facebook in question is actually his because like the people that were replying back to the Facebook was his family. I see
right,
what
Exactly.
Shadow Man was
That was pretty
exactly
much the
trying to
whole.
do with
See,
that shit.
all right. Now I can start explaining myself. That's exactly pretty much, Jay. You took the words out of my mouth. That's pretty much what I was doing. And when I seen that, that pretty much validated the proof or the evidence, I should say, on him. Because at the same time, you can go around and say, well, the account's fake. Well, if this account's fake, then how come you're talking to these same people that you know? You're talking to your brother. I mean, you're in the same pictures as your brother. That's the main reason as to why I included it. Because if I let's just be honest, if I kept it at Black Bond, everybody would have been, oh, that account's fake. That you know what I'm
Yeah, someone
saying?
would have said it was a troll or something like that.
Yeah, they would have said it was a troll. But how would a troll have all your family and friends? Why would a troll? You know what I'm saying? And then be able to last that long throughout the whole years that you know these people.
Let me
That's why.
just be honest. Let me
Yeah,
be
go ahead.
honest.
Hey,
And I've
before you
said
get
it
on this though, let me finish this up right here so we can get done. This is the
Is this
actual.
the same shit that we done seen before, Jay?
Yeah,
Is
this is the comment though. This right here validates that everything that I was saying is completely true because
Jay,
even
you gotta
Barry
learn
remembers
that. You
it.
gotta learn that Zoom feature, bro. Can't nobody
That
read that
is
little
Zoom,
shit.
bro.
You need to zoom. Well, you need to zoom. You need to zoom. Thank you. Damn, your
You see
videos
that?
be so far back as fuck. Yeah, that's a lot better. Whole lot better.
Okay.
Get a
You see?
goddamn telescope.
Okay. To be
It's
honest,
not my bad. It's not my problem. Your eyes are bad.
if he did follow, no, it ain't got
Oh,
shit. No, hold on, motherfucker. It ain't got shit to do with my eyes. You can go look at all your motherfucking videos, and that shit is all the way back.
Well, yeah, man. That's because I got 20/20. I'm not like you, man. I don't need that
No,
shit
it ain't
like
got shit.
all over my
Oh,
fucking face.
what the fuck? Nigga, he's speaking African or some shit.
oh fuck! Is that what we
Yo,
doing?
this
We got
nigga,
speaking
this
African and
nigga
shit.
is
Like,
an
what's
actor,
going on
bro.
with that? What the fuck?
Okay, it's time to mute the host. 'Cause he
This
doing some
nigga,
crazy ass shit.
sounded like he's from Zimbabwe. What the fuck?
What is going on? You done
Yo,
that?
this nigga.
Get that shit out of here.
Yo, this nigga sound like he's from Zimbabwe.
Yeah, I know, man.
He look like one of them African American
On his
brothers.
own podcast. What's all this crazy
What
shit?
the hell's wrong with his mic?
Yo, he needs to stop unmuting that shit till he fix it. Resurrection, exit the call and come back, nigga.
Man, that might mean he might have to redo the whole thing though, right?
I
No,
don't
no, he's
know.
not gonna have to do the whole thing, but he just trolled his own podcast.
Yo,
Yo,
Yo, what's
what
up?
up?
Trolled his own
What
podcast.
up, Chaka Zulu?
man, I dropped my shit, man.
Damn.
Yeah, damn.
That shit like it sound like that shit wasn't ever gonna work again.
Man,
Nigga, it sounded like you were placing a curse on
I ain't
us.
never heard that
I'm gonna tell
fucking
you
shit
guys
before,
something.
son.
At the same time, and we can sit there and say that what I did was wrong or it was personal information.
Wait a minute, I never gave my motherfucking opinion.
Oh, go ahead. My bad. Shit.
To be honest with you, I thought it was kind of fucked up.
Okay.
I have to say that. I thought it was kind of fucked up.
Okay.
I do see what you were trying to do.
I feel you.
It does make sense. I think if you hadn't done that, then people would have said, well, how do you know that's his real
Exactly.
Facebook account?
Mhm.
But it was kind of fucked up. I do have to say.
Okay. All
I
right.
think it was
I
fucked up. I
respect
think
that.
when you go in at somebody, I think you should keep it between you and them. I don't think
Gotcha.
you should bring.
Yeah, but at the same time, we're talking
But-
about.
No, you're right. Now,
Here's my
Resurrected, right? He's
question.
100% right on that
No,
statement.
no. I agree that he's right, but here's my problem with this situation. You can't do that with a guy like Blackbond. I mean, you could do
Blackbond's
that like if
asshole.
it's. You just can't because Blackbond is going to find any fucking thing. Like you're talking about the same dude that will bring up fucking information that he's not even supposed to bring out himself, and he does
I mean,
it just to fucking get
And
back
you gotta
at the
think
person.
about it. Ain't he the same person that talks shit about Drone Crusher, about the whole pedophile and?
Oh yeah,
Next
I'm not saying.
episode
Don't get me
of
wrong.
Fucking
Don't get me
Shit.
wrong. I'm not saying
Yeah.
he didn't deserve it.
No,
I'm just saying.
he
I'm
definitely
just
did.
saying for future reference. If just
Yeah,
for future reference, I don't think you should bring people's family. Now, do I
No,
think
I
that
got
he kind of deserved it? Absolutely, because he's done a lot of
No,
slime.
no. See, here's the thing.
Right.
If it was some other dude that isn't Blackbond,
Yeah.
I would say yes, don't do that shit.
Right,
But
that's
for
all I'm saying.
Blackbond, yes, go ahead and do whatever you got to do to get that motherfucker because he deserves
It was
everything he gets.
only a matter of time before this stuff came out. He deserved it.
Because at the same time, like, see, and first off, one thing I did, for the only thing that I didn't keep his family out of it was the pictures. I didn't say anything about his mother. I didn't say anything about his relatives. I did keep it Black Bond after the fact. I just said, guys, you see this, and
Hey,
then
Shadow Man, somebody in the chat, that slick talking nigga said that you a house nigga. You don't know
Who?
no better. He
Who?
said
Who a
just
house
like
nigga?
your racist ass mouth. He said your collection. He said your collections of games.
What street
Hold on.
you from?
He said your collection of games prove that racist ass nigga never seen the light of day as a child.
Get the hell out of here, man. Most of the niggas that I know from the hood actually respect the shit that I got because they remember that shit back in the days when they used to play the shit.
I want to see if I can get that slick talking nigga in here to go ahead and say
try
what
to
he
see if
want to
you can get
say.
him in here. I got a few words to say to that
But
bitch ass.
I think it's a fake account because He said something up there. Thanks for the clip. So when you said something about you wanted to roast a marshmallow, he called you racist, which was, that was a
Racist.
little.
All right, see, and I already.
That's
And
ready,
what's funny,
y'all.
and what's funny, and what's funny, like everything that happens, it happens all according to my plan. I've even made a video saying that people are too damn sensitive in today's society. I mean, you can't even make a joke on somebody without them actually feeling that they're offended. Or you're a racist. If that's the case, bro, Slick, if you want to say I'm a racist for what I said, then every single comedian that you know that makes racist jokes is a fucking racist too. And any person that plays Grand Theft Auto is a criminal. Any person, you know what I'm saying? Let's just be
Well,
honest.
well,
Anybody
let
that
me.
watch horror
That's
movies
a good point that you bring
is a
up.
serial killer.
That's a good
That's
point
just
that
how
you
I
bring up.
feel.
Let me say that. Let me expound on that. A lot of you people got to stop taking this shit serious. It's really not serious.
It is.
Uh, I mean, the shit is just entertainment. He said, "Yeah, hood my ass." I don't
Man,
know. I
whatever. It
have no
don't matter.
idea. I have
Tell
no
them
idea
guys
who
to
that
get in
is.
here. Let's see how
Niggas
hoodie
will
is in
always talk
Google
shit in the
Hangout.
comment section, but
Yeah, let's
will they
say, hey, tell
survive
them
a
to get in
day
this
in the
Google
streets?
Hangout right
And
now.
what's crazy is, dude, it's probably somebody in the PlayStation Legion, and it's really sad because
Probably is.
I sent all of them an invitation to come in here to say what they wanted to say. All of them. None of them came in here. None of them had the balls to come in here. Maybe they had some shit to, some other shit to do. But people got
But
to
you know what
stop
I
taking this
find
shit.
sad?
People got to stop taking this shit so serious. Just
I
stop
agree.
taking.
And you know what I find even more sad is that these same people that when you make a video, they don't even stay on topic to what the video is about. They go on some other subject that has nothing to do with the video that you even uploaded. So to me, that's how I know these niggas gotta be
This
soft
dude trying to roast. He trying to roast from the comment section. He said Massachusetts has 5% black population. Stop that hood
And
talk.
get the hell out of here, bro. Black population has nothing to do with crime rate. What the fuck is you saying? First off, bitch, I've showed you the crime rate in the city that I live in. It's 51%. Get
Damn,
the
that's
fuck out
terrible.
of here. That's pretty much half of the population that commit crimes here. If you
That's
really feel like you
over.
got the balls to come over here, bitch, then come on. Stupid ass
Shit.
motherfucker. Unless you're trying to get the shot out of the damn area.
Oh my God. Damn.
Hey, I didn't say it was you. I'm talking about the
Grimpachi
people
had a
around here.
question. He said, "What do you mean, you people?" I'm talking about people like that slick talking nigga, like that come in here and just start going off about some shit that he said 10 minutes ago. He's still going on about this stuff.
I mean,
Uh,
but you gotta remember, this is the same dude that fucks with niggas like PlayStation Legion. What hood nigga would even be fucking with gaming anyway? Like, if he wants to talk about, well, your game collection this, your game collection that, what hood nigga that he supposedly is claiming that if you have a game collection like that, you ain't a hood nigga, but you hang with niggas on the PlayStation Legion that fanboy over corporations. So I'm not a hood nigga because I'm not a fanboy because I buy what the fuck I want to buy because I'm a multi. See, you know what? There's another thing too, because from what I've heard with some of the PlayStation Legion, they told other people that you don't have to be a multi-console owner to judge something. That's pretty much their own words of what they said. I'm like, what? Like this is it. So you guys want to be the same people that talk shit about the BGST and the Xbox community, yet you hate them for doing the same shit of them criticizing a console they don't own. Yet you doing the same shit on the PlayStation side and vice versa.
There's
You know what I'm
more.
saying? Like, I don't understand that shit. You know, they'll say Killer Instinct sucks without even playing the game, and vice versa. Street Fighter 5 sucks, and they ain't even tried the bitch. That's just a fanboy, man. Legit.
hey, I mean, yeah, it is what it is. Now, Dramaverse Gaming. I want to talk about this shit.
Yeah, let's hear this shit.
We'll say what?
Now I said, let's hear this shit.
Well, this dude in the comment section is fucking crazy. Dramaverse Gaming. I wanted to talk about this shit. Now, we had a certain person in the Legion, JTech TV, issued out a motherfucking challenge the other day. Did y'all see the challenge that he issued out on his
I've
channel?
supposedly seen it.
Oh yeah.
I think
You
it
want
was.
to know something cool or like something like stupid about him issuing out a
Can I
challenge?
explain the challenge first? Let me explain the challenge, motherfucker. While you over here cutting me off and shit. Uh, he said that the challenge was called the Crumb Side YouTube Gaming Challenge. Basically, what he was saying was for you to show your oldest videos, the 3 rows in your videos, and see if you started out YouTube the way that you are doing now, and then to go ahead and show your most popular video. I have no idea what this challenge was supposed to prove. I guess this is supposed
That
to
ain't
prove.
even a Talent.
This is supposed to prove, I guess, if you're a fraud or if all you do is drama. Basically, duh, motherfucker. That's the whole damn point of my
I mean,
channel is to make people fucking laugh and to have drama on my damn channel and gaming as well. So I don't know if they thought, I don't know who the challenge was supposed to be issued to. Does
too,
anybody know
exactly.
exactly who?
It was
Yeah,
issued to
last
you.
time I checked, the
Was it
only
issued to
person that
me?
participated
Yeah.
was the Rated D, from what I've heard.
You said what now?
Only one person participated.
No, I
But
think PlayStation Inquisition did as well.
he did?
I think so, but he was
See, but
his
at the
was
same time, like Mr. J said it perfectly. Why the fuck is JTech TV even issuing a challenge to begin with when this is the same nigga that's scared to play wavy cricket and fucking Mr. J in the game of Street Fighter? Like, get that man, I don't want to hear this bullshit. You know what? I got a challenge too. How about the rest of you niggas that keep telling me that my game collection's fake? Show yours. That's a good one, right? Let's see, like, right? Let's see. Let's do that. That's my challenge to the whole Crumpside community. Show me your collection of video games. I mean, you guys want to see what everybody else got, but you don't want to show what the hell you got. Come on, man. I don't want to hear this shit. Show me if
hey.
you a real gamer or not. That's what I want to see. Show me that you don't just own a PS4 or an Xbox One in your house. Show me that you own more than that shit.
Yeah, but let me
Yeah,
be
go ahead.
honest about that.
Hmm.
You can show a gaming collection, right? In a week, 2 weeks from now, but all you gotta really do, man, to show off a big collection, if you like, even if a fake gamer, is just go to Amazon. You can buy some of these gaming bundles for like retro gaming stations and stuff for like $100, or and get
It
like
depends
two
what
hundred
you're
dollar
looking for,
games.
though.
Yeah,
Depends
but
what
that's what I'm saying though. Like, how do you actually know that they even played them games or anything? Because they could just go out like here in my town. There's a place
But like
called
at
I
Game.
that
mean, I
point,
understand
who's
where
the
you're coming
No,
from,
okay,
Jay,
let me
but
finish. Let me
yeah,
finish.
you I understand where you're coming from, Jay, but they're not gonna go through that hassle. You know what I'm saying? Because that nigga will
Some
be like,
people though on YouTube will do that just to prove a point. You never know with people like this.
true,
Yeah,
but
but
at the
like,
same time, if he ain't got the good games, then I can already tell. I'm like, nigga, you bought 50
Well, that
sports.
you see, that
I
doesn't
want to
mean
see it.
anything because
Nigga, you
that
bought
comes
50
off.
John Mantanas for the Genesis. Nigga, you
Yeah,
ain't no
here's the thing.
gamer.
What you're trying to say though is based off of opinion. You may think a game's good, but I may think a different game is better. You see what I'm saying? So like my collection will vary based off of what I like from
Same.
whatever you like.
Well,
You
same.
know.
Same thing applies to me. No, same thing.
So but that's what I'm saying. Like you can't really even go with that because, like I said, you can go buy a lot of these bundle retro game packages for like $100, 200 games, the system and whatever in there, because they actually sell that here at a place called Game Over. You can go in
Mhm.
there for $50. You can get like 60 games and one of the consoles, and then bam, you have everything. So like if I go in there with the right, depending on what I pick, like a Sega Genesis or Nintendo, whatever, I can come out with 200 something games.
200 games for $100.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Where
saying.
the
So
fuck do
like.
you live at, man? I'm about to go there. Hold on, where you
But
live
see,
at?
that's what I'm getting at. So, like, with me doing that, I can come the next day, make a video, and be like, "Oh, I own this, this, and this, and this,"
Fuck what
and I
they
may
own. I
never
want to
even
own them
play
games. They got good
90% of the
games,
games
though?
that I'm
What games
showing
they
you.
be selling?
Huh?
What games? What type of games do they sell normally? Them games.
At Game Over, they sell everything. They sell everything from Atari all the way. Like, they sell all the retro games all the way until current gen.
You
So,
gonna have to
like,
send me a link to this place, man. I'm about to get over there,
yeah, I'll
man.
send
You
you
know
a
how
link
they
to it
selling
later on
hustling block
after we
like
get
that?
done.
Shit,
Yeah,
I'm about
send
to
me
buy
that
me a
link,
few.
bruh. Send me that link too, man.
Yeah, Jack, yo, you already know, bro. Multi-console owners for the win. You know,
Yeah.
shit. I
Uh,
tell you,
so do y'all think there's anything wrong with having drama channels, or is
at this,
is that like a no
No, man.
no? What
there's
the
nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. The only thing I see wrong with it is people complain about shit that they supposedly don't like, but that's the only shit they like watching.
I just put you the link to the actual store that I'm talking about.
my thing is, if you don't like drama, just don't subscribe to those
Don't
people that
click
do
on it.
drama. Don't
But you know
subscribe.
damn well they do, man. They secretly love that shit. That's the main reason why they click on those videos compared to the others. You know, show it.
That's true.
You
I
know,
was
like I
Uh,
said, just like Sony niggas. Well, not even just Sony, but just like the eighth generation, they talk about, oh my god, look at these exclusive games. Oh my god, look at what we got on the PlayStation. Look at what we got on the Xbox. Game can't even hit 1 million sales. Ratchet and Clank is the best. Ratchet and Clank is the best game, guys. The game's still struggling to hit 1 million sales in several different
Damn,
regions.
has it not hit 1 million
I
yet?
don't even think it did. I don't think it did. It did actually?
It didn't.
Oh my god, really? Come on,
Ratchet and Clank
man.
hasn't hit 1 million yet. I thought it
Come
was
on, man. That's fucked
That's
up,
a
man.
damn.
Come on,
That's a
that game.
damn. That is a damn shame. You know
That
why?
is a
Because
damn shame.
that was one of the that was probably one of the best games that came out on PlayStation this generation. That is a nope. It is over
That
a
is a
million.
damn shame. I agree.
What
And
is
what
It
I
is
find,
it is over a million. It just went over a million.
oh, did it?
Finally hit.
Oh,
Which
everybody!
game?
It just went over a million. Everybody, give it a
Right.
motherfucking
Finally.
hand.
PlayStation niggas finally showing the support. I see. That's good. Hey, they still. Hey, Jet Big Boss. They still 30 million niggas that still didn't buy it though. 39, 39 million niggas still waiting on that greatness.
Yeah, it's a lot of people that
And even
shit.
when they get it, they ain't supporting it. But
That's
I
the
thought it was
damn
40
shame.
million. I thought it was 40 million
It's
PlayStation users, man.
it's over 40 million now. We got to be at like what 45, 46, probably 40, at least 45.
yeah, but you know what I find so funny? Not to disrespect the PlayStation, because I don't even like the Xbox One either. Okay, even the Wii U was underwhelming, even though I prefer it out of the whole 8th generation consoles. But come on, man, the PS4 sold off pure off hype. I mean, it's got to be the only console that sold off hype alone.
Get
I
the
mean,
fuck out of here. You know that
Brad,
shit didn't sell off hype.
I'm
That
telling
shit
you right now,
sold.
yes, it
That
did.
shit.
All right, hold on,
That
man.
shit sold. That shit sold because Microsoft fucked up.
That's,
That's
you know what?
that's
You
the
know what?
point.
That's actually a
That
good
is the
point too.
point.
No,
That is the
that is.
bottom line. It ain't got shit to
You're
do
right.
with a
That could
better
be a good
processor.
point too.
It ain't got
And
shit to do with
Nintendo.
none of
Yeah,
that.
you're right.
They sold because Microsoft fucked up. They came out with an overpriced ass machine. They
Yep, you're
came out
right.
with a whole bunch of suspect shit talking about you couldn't play what was it, used games at first.
Games.
It was a
Yeah,
lot
that
of fuckery
PRS
that they
shit
fucked
too.
up on. And
Yeah, I think you're right.
a lot of
You're
those
right.
people that went back to the PlayStation were originally
Some of the
PlayStation.
Xbox,
Yeah,
yeah, the original
they're the
Xbox.
ones who went from the PS2 to the Xbox 360.
Resurrection took the word straight out of my mouth. Microsoft
Actually, you know what? He is actually
themselves.
completely
Same
right. And
with
I will say
Nintendo.
Nintendo, since I mean, they exclusive games do sell quite well.
No, they're pretty good
Obviously,
games.
hardware is struggling still. But I think Resurrection, you made a valid point. But at the same time, the PS4 is still an overhyped machine, even due to the mistakes that Microsoft and Nintendo have made
How was
compared
it
to any other.
overhyped? It was $300. It was $200 cheaper than the PS3. It was what was it, the same price as the
Well,
PS2?
no, what I'm saying in the sense that compared to the PlayStation 1 and what Sony did with the PS2 and even the PS3 in some regards, the
Oh, you talking
PS4
about
is
just
pretty
what it?
light.
You talking about just what it offers itself?
Well, pretty much, yeah, exactly. I'm not,
Okay.
yeah,
Well, you can
pretty
say
much
you can
that.
say that about both of these motherfuckers.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
You can
both.
say
Look, I'm gonna be honest. Both of these were rush job systems
but
completely.
yeah, but Jay, but see, I understand where you're coming from. To me, they do seem completely rushed, but at the same time, nigga, they had 10 years to work on these shits.
No,
So
no.
how, you know
See,
what I'm?
that's the thing. Like a lot of people misconstrue that. They usually when they do like gaming consoles and stuff like that, their development time or their time actually is probably about 4 years. They probably started working on these in like 2009, 2010, and
To
then
me,
they came out in yeah, or at least 2008, I would say.
to
At
me, it
the
seemed like they were loving that last generation too damn much, and they forgot all about what they're gonna do with the
And
next one. That's
that's
what it
and
seemed like.
that's what ultimately failed. That's the reason why I feel like these things were rushed. The hardware was so old because they didn't want to bring out new consoles when they should have, and that's the reason why it's failed out like
But
this.
but at the same time, even if these consoles released 3 years prior to they did in 2013, these consoles are still very underwhelming. At the
Well,
same
yeah,
time,
but
you know,
here's the thing. If
in
these
my whole
consoles would
problem
have
is that
released,
if you can't offer the graphic fidelity, the resolution, and the frame rate
but
that
if
people
these consoles would have released
desire,
at the actual time that they should
provide
have
fucking
released,
games. You know
here's
what
the
I'm saying? That's my issue. They're not providing enough
Well,
quality
this
games. I mean, you got way
generation,
But,
cooking over
but
here.
here's the problem people don't understand. These consoles originally should have actually released, I want to say, back in 2008, 2009, and then we should be getting the new iterations, which is the Neo and the Scorpion now. And
Yeah,
that's how it should have went, but because Microsoft and Sony wanted to not
See,
bring
but
out
at this
consoles
point,
back
we
then
can't call them
because
iterations
going
at this
off of
point
our
because
market.
these are not iterations, supposedly, according to fanboys.
Well,
They're
yeah,
upgradable.
that's what they're saying. But in my
Yeah, I
eyes,
understand.
and I'm just
Yeah.
going to be honest, I believe that these are next generation consoles because there's no way you can sit there and tell me that a 6 teraflop, something that's supposed to be achieving 4K 60 FPS, is not a next generation console. I don't
Let me
believe
tell
that.
That
you,
And like
shit ain't
it,
even
Xbox
it,
out.
said,
That
it ain't
shit ain't
next gen.
even
Let me tell
out
you
yet,
why it ain't
Jay.
next gen. Hold on. Let me battle his point on that. Let me tell you why it ain't next gen. So you try to tell me that Sony and Microsoft trying to hustle me with a next generation console that play the same games that I can play on the
yeah,
other
man.
one.
I mean,
See, that's my problem. But hold on. That's my problem with the shit. Because at the same time, people want to sit there and belittle the Sega CD and the 32X, yet at least they were different compared to what the Genesis could offer. They offered its own set library of games. At the same, it's like saying, well, you're paying an additional $300 or $400 for something that already does what you have in your home,
yeah, but
just slightly better.
here's
Nah,
the thing.
fuck that.
Yeah,
Here's
but
the
then
thing.
they say it was for VR though, if
Well,
I remember correctly.
like I said, a lot of
According
gamers ain't
to
into that. I'm
Microsoft,
definitely not into that VR
according
shit.
to Microsoft, the power of the Scorpio is based off of
Bro,
the
that
developers.
shit ain't even out
Now,
yet. God
Man,
damn.
fuck, man, I don't
Can
even
we
want to
talk
call.
about
I
the
don't
shit
even want
that's
to hate a
on the?
Scorpio because at the same time, for what Jet.
listen
Let
to
me
me,
explain something.
Resurrection.
All right,
Let
all
me
right.
take a minute for a second to explain something. See, the PlayStation Neo and Xbox One Scorpio, they're not going to have numbers. They're not going to go buy, a Xbox 2 or a PlayStation 5. They're done with that.
Yeah, because Microsoft
So,
said it at their press conference, the E3 press conference. They are getting away from the generations. Phil said that on stage. There will no longer be this generation bullshit that you
But
hear.
but you say that, but they're still coming with the same generation games. That's the
Yeah,
I don't see. I don't like that shit.
hold on, and
If they would
I'll
tell,
explain this to you. Let me
all right, go
explain
ahead.
this to you. Microsoft is doing the UWP, right? And UWP is supposed to let you bring over all your Xbox One games over to whatever new platforms you have. So essentially, what you're going to see is there's no longer going to be this need for backwards compatibility because when you buy a game digitally or when you buy a game regardless, it's going to carry over on every generation because the UWP is going to be able to scale the game kind of like how PC gaming is. Like if you go buy a game on PC right now, 10 years from now you could still play that game because it will scale up in for graphics performance.
Oh,
That is
oh my
exactly what
god.
Microsoft and Sony are eventually trying to
But
do.
see,
Y'all,
okay,
Jay is an X-Bot, y'all. Everybody
but
give it up for
Jay,
Jay.
yo,
He's an X-Bot.
that to me sound like how
No,
Iron Wolf
I
was
agree.
talking
The
about how
sound's
the
going to
shit
be the
had four
same
types.
thing.
Like that's all I heard.
Jay, you an
Yo,
X-Bot, bro.
but see, my issue is with this is that we're focusing on hardware when we don't even have enough games for the consumer. You feel me? It's like
Oh, I
let's
agree.
focus on some new hardware for the guys that
Lost a lot
buying
of
our consoles. But
developers.
where the games at? The only
But
games that
but
y'all talk about is Call of Duty, Star Wars Battlefront, Battlefield,
But see,
Madden.
Shadow,
Okay.
that's the problem. That's the problem today in gaming. We lost at last generation. We lost a ton of developers. We lost THQ. We
Yep.
lost other indie developers out there. One of my favorite developers, the group that made fucking Kingdoms of Amalur. We lost them over a lawsuit that they just won the lawsuit earlier this month. And because they won the lawsuit, it doesn't mean anything because their company went under. So the $75 million that they won back doesn't mean a damn thing.
But I think it means that there's a few things that we have issues with. One, we're missing a lot of developer talent. Two, majority of the developers that we have already are just lazy as fuck.
Well, it's
Okay,
not that they're lazy; they're stuck in their ways because what sells
they
right
lazy.
now?
When I buy a
It's
game and the shit broken at launch, like on some Street
but
Fighter
it's
5,
not it's not the developer's fault. It's our fault as gamers. Here's the problem: we're so stuck in this mindset that we have to have every game play like a Call of Duty or play like a Halo or play like a Gears or an Uncharted. That if it doesn't play that way, we won't buy it. Look at how many of these indie developers come out with really niche and cool ideas and titles, but
yep,
because they are not good enough for fucking gaming, or
yep.
they're not in the next Call of Duty or the next Gears or anything like that, people refuse to buy it. And that's the gamers. So what the developers do to make sure they stay afloat and they stay in business is they mirror whatever the most popular game is at the time. And
No,
that's the
right, right.
reason
I
why
see
you
what
see
you're
a lot
saying.
of
That makes
clones like
sense.
Call
Yeah,
of Duty out there.
yeah. That makes sense. They do kind of especially a
You
lot of
can't
these
say that
mainstream.
for every gamer,
Not
though.
every
So
game, but a
Call of
lot of
Not every
mainstream.
gamer, but the
Here's
majority.
the
But let's just be
thing.
honest,
Here's the
Gage. The
thing. You have
majority are like that.
to, as a business, you have to look at what the majority of people are doing. You have to look at how they're persuading stuff. And the
I
problem
agree.
that we have is majority rules over all. You know, that's
That's
the reason
probably
why. Like,
why
look at
nobody's fucking with
JRPGs.
Nintendo.
JRPGs are slowly declining over the years. Why? Because
Yeah, but
majority of the gamers are into more third-person action adventures. They're into more first-person action adventures. Even a lot of Japanese developers are moving more Western style to try to fit into what the market is right now.
the
Yeah, most of
last
these
good
motherfuckers.
JRPG I played though was freaking Dragon Quest something.
But
Probably
see,
Man,
that's what
hell
I'm
no, that
getting
shit
at. The
ain't.
market
Man,
is
man, you
it
ain't
was
even
changing.
played
good for
enough
me. I liked
JRPGs,
it.
then, man.
A
I
Go
ain't
lot
gonna.
of these
like
motherfuckers is interested in NBA 2K and Madden. But we gotta move on from that
Yeah,
subject.
let's move on.
Uh,
um,
let's see. Enemies gameplay. Oh, I know enemies gameplay. Um, shout out to the fucking chat. What happened to exposing fuckboys? We gotta give shout outs right now.
Experiment Fuck Boy.
Shout out to Grimpachi. Shout out to Poppy 2 Gay in the chat. Shout out to Cycle Gamer. Shane, my nigga Shane. Shout out to Shade. Appreciate everybody in the
Tell you
chat
right
coming
now,
through,
man. The
hanging out
main
with us.
reason as to why gaming is the way it is because it became mainstream. The same thing can apply to music. The same thing can apply to the movie industry. Well, I'm just saying, I understand that, that could be, a personal opinion of mine, but I feel that whenever gaming became mainstream, that's kind of what killed the whole gaming industry for me. I mean, we
But
see
see,
less creative ideas. We pretty much see what Jay's pretty much mentioning. People trying to mirror what other people doing
Well,
and
hasn't Call of Duty
instead
been
of coming up with
successful for about a
something
decade
new.
now?
well, it happens. I mean, look at a lot of the games that started out one way and then they completely changed their narrative and their design. They had to because they had to keep up with whatever the biggest game is that was out
But
there.
Call of Duty, but see, my
Oh,
issue
here
is that I
I'll give you a
remember
prime
Call of Duty
example.
back on the PC. From what
I'll,
I
gi- I'll
remember, people didn't give two shits about that game until
Hold on. I'll
Modern
give
Warfare.
you a prime example in the RPG aspect. Look at the first Dragon Age, and then look how they changed it up in the second one to mirror what was the most popular games that were going out there on the RPG aspect. They had to change it to make it a little bit
But
more
see,
accessible
why the
for
hell?
the
Okay,
casual gaming market.
I
And that's the
understand, but see, that's
reason
the
why you
problem
see
with
shit like
gaming. Gaming wants to. You got Halo trying to be Titanfall, Titanfall trying to be Call of Duty, Call of Duty trying to be this. That's the problem with the gaming industry already. Instead of you guys are trying to be different, that's the main
Well,
reason as to why I don't even go out there and buy that many games
well,
because
that's
every
what
game
people. I agree with
won't.
Jay on that aspect. That's what people are buying. That's what people
Yeah, the
fucking want.
casual
No, I
market.
no, I understand that. I
Here's the
understand that.
thing: the
But what I'm
casual
saying is,
market
as a gamer, as me being a gamer,
is
that's
an
not something I'm looking forward to. You feel me?
Here's the thing: the casual
Well, here's the
market is
thing. How long
ruining
that's
the
gonna
gaming
last?
industry, and at the same time keeping the gaming industry at float. And what
Yeah,
I mean
fuck
by
it. They
they're
can keep
ruining
it
the
afloat. Like
industry
I
is
said,
they're
I got my
what's
retro game
making these
collection from back
developers
then. They can
make these really crappy games. But at the same time, they're what keeping these developers up and float.
Man, hey, well, according to some,
Jay, I got a question for you. So how long you think Call of Duty success is gonna last, and the FPS genre is gonna last? Do you think it's gonna change? Because
You
I
know
think
what I
eventually,
mean, Grimpachi, how the mechanics and everything changed up because it was not the same mechanics as Dragon Age 1.
Pat, you talking?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give you my opinion on the whole shit. To me personally, honest, it's happened in every single Activision game if we go by just their track record or their history. Same thing. Everybody remember how popular Tony Hawk used to be back in the day until Activision kept coming up with them damn sequels. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4, the Underground series. Remember what was the other one they had for the 360? Oh, Wasteland. And they just kept milking the IP to where people just didn't want to buy it anymore. Hopefully the same thing happens to Call of Duty because I'm just tired of seeing this shit and hopefully people can move on away from this game. But like I said, there's
It's
a lot
not
of
gonna
games.
happen.
You don't think
Call
it'll
of Duty
happen? Hey,
has
people, yo, let me
no,
tell you
and
something,
I'll
man.
tell you,
Now, hold on. We don't know.
I'll
We
tell you
can't
the reason
necessarily
why.
say that because at the same time, gamers do feel the same way we are, but they just probably don't know about the games that we know about. But at the same time, you got to remember, Tony Hawk Pro Skater was a very successful franchise for
But
Activision.
hold on, that is a different franchise
I
than
understand, but
what
we're
Call
not
of
talking
Duty
about
is
the genre. We're talking
offering.
about how successful the games are. We're not talking about
Yeah,
if it's
yeah,
the
but
same
see,
genre or not.
here's
I'm
the
not
thing. Yes, you're
comparing.
talking
Listen,
about how
listen. I'm not
successful it
comparing
is,
the
but
two genres. I'm comparing the two successfulness of the
No,
two
no, but
games.
here's where you're failing to realize. Tony Hawk, after a while, didn't have a lot of replay value.
Man, what
Call
you
of
talking
Duty,
about?
listen,
Call of
listen,
Duty
hear
has
me
more
out.
replay of
Hear,
man
hear
now.
me out. Hear me out.
All
What
right.
I'm getting by it didn't have a lot of replay value is because it didn't have the multiplayer aspect like Call of Duty has. Call of Duty has this really simple aspect. You jump
But
in, you quickly do
okay.
let me finish. You
All right,
quickly
I
do
got it.
a match, you play it out, you get the enjoyment, you get the kill streaks, you get that rush that you feel like a badass, yada yada yada, and then you go back and you do the next match again, and it's only like 12 minutes long, 15 minutes long. And Tony Hawk, you didn't really have that going on like that. You didn't have that the highs, the lows, the highs, the lows,
My
right?
personal my personal opinion, the only reason as to why people stopped buying Tony Hawk games because they started sucking. I think it had nothing to do with the games, what the difference between the genres are. I just think it has something to do with the games becoming trash, and it shows. I mean, just look at all the new Tony Hawk games. I mean, just look at the new one Activision released. I mean, it's buggy as shit. It's pretty much unplayable, and they released it the same exact way as any other fucking bad developer studio would. But did they care? No. They just pretty much made money off the name.
But
But
here's the thing: look at the Call of Duty community.
but look at Guitar Hero.
It's been declining, yes, by 20 to 30% every year, but it's still constantly growing at the same aspect too.
True.
Because no matter how much is going on with the Call of Duty community, how much negative it is, the game sells gangbusters every year. So with that community, it's not going to die out anytime soon. You're probably not going to see that game die out for another 6, 7, 8 years with the way it's going.
If that's the case, that's the man. If that's the case, man, that's the day I just give up with gaming, man. Because I mean, at the same time, you guys enjoy these things. I guess I mean, there's a lot of people that go out there and buy these games,
I,
but at the same time, I'm a
I
very
don't I don't
Man,
care for
fuck
Call
out
of
of here,
Duty.
Shadow Man. I'm about getting tired of your retro
Yo,
game ass. Always trying to shit on
luckily,
everybody else that want to play.
luckily,
Matter of
I
fact,
play
I'm gonna
retro games.
stream. I'm gonna
I gotta
stream
play
motherfucking
collection
Call
of
of
retro
Duty after
games.
this
I ain't
shit.
worried about.
hey,
I had my 20 years of fun when I was a kid playing my
I'm
Nintendo
gonna
64.
stream Call of Duty after this shit just to
Man, fuck
piss your
that
dumb
shit.
ass off.
Man, hell no, fuck that.
Call of
yo,
Duty
Man, I
old
just wanna, I
school.
just wanna,
Call of
I
But
just
Duty
Shadow
old
Man, I
school,
know
my
you want to
brother.
keep it
It's
old
so
school, but the
old.
thing is like gaming is evolving, it is changing, bro,
man,
and
hold
Marvel,
the
on,
man, no, it's
casuals right
football.
now
Man,
rule
you
this
can't even
market.
say
hold
that,
on.
bro.
Hold on,
Okay,
Jay.
Can
you
y'all
ain't
hear
listen.
me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, what's
Yeah,
up,
I hear
bro?
you.
No, you say,
Um,
JJ, you wrong in some ways. Yeah, gaming is evolving in the technology and the aspects of like media, the apps, and all that type of stuff. But at the same time, it's not because
It's a
majority of those shooting
no,
games
it's evolving even
they
in
don't even
like
have
yeah.
animations like GoldenEye. I mean, yeah, the graphics are better, but at the same time, it
No, I'm
doesn't have
not
the same
talking
depth.
about graphics. Even in the standstill of how gaming is going, gaming is becoming more accessible to people that really can't afford it as much as it's going on. They're
Man,
constantly
game
changing it. You have mobile gaming that's
well,
going on.
mobiles,
Like
yeah,
it's
mobiles is
completely
actually one
different
market
from
I
what
can
we
agree to.
grew
When it
up
comes
with.
down to console gaming, I think it's going to be completely irrelevant in a few years to come. I really think there's not going to be any more consoles. There's really no point. I mean,
hey,
as you can see, Sony's already thinking about putting games on PC through the whole PlayStation. What is it now
Yeah,
service or
but
whatever?
they're putting PS3 games.
Y'all do
Yeah,
know.
but
Y'all
No,
do
true,
know.
true. No,
Hold
I
on a
understand,
second.
but
PlayStation
that's how
now.
they test shit. But let me
hey,
tell you, nah, he's right. Nah, he's right.
Hold on
They
a
are
second.
putting
Shadow
PS3.
Man, hold on a second.
Okay, my
Y'all,
bad.
let me
All right.
correct you on something. Y'all do know that when this shit was first announced, they said that
it was going to
PlayStation
be.
Now was possibly going to be coming to PC. This is not something new
Yeah,
that was just out of
Yep.
the
it's
ordinary.
also supposed to
Yeah,
go to
they just
They
Samsung
said
put
and
this
the
shit
ain't it?
years ago. Years ago, they said that they
Yeah,
planned on bringing
and
it to
Supposed to,
and
supposed
PC.
to
not
go to
only
the
that,
TV,
but
ain't it? Some TVs because of getting it.
Yeah,
here's the
yeah.
thing. Not only that, but you don't think in the future that you won't see PS4 games go to PlayStation Now?
not right
No,
away,
That's
not
but
right
see my point.
now.
Maybe
no.
on day one
Okay.
games, but you'll
No,
probably
not
see
that.
like some of the
I didn't.
launch titles of PS4 games
Probably,
go to the Now.
But what I'm saying,
Probably
Probably
no
not.
time
I don't
soon.
think so. I don't
but
think. I think it's just gonna
what I'm
be.
saying is this,
Hold
Yeah,
on a
man.
you
second.
will
wait,
see
Hold
All
the
right.
that.
fuck up before I start muting bitches in this bitch.
You,
hey, yo, Resurrection.
Go ahead, Grimpachi.
Yo, before we go too far, Jay, what the hell were you talking about the Tony Hawk and Call of Duty shit? That's why I popped in. I was just
hold on.
listening.
I was talking about he was trying to compare the two, and like you can't. What I mean about
Yes,
you
you
can't
can. I was
compare
comparing the
them.
successfulness of the
Hold
two.
on, Shadow Man.
All right.
Let this man.
What
All
I
right.
mean by you can't compare them is Call of Duty is synonymous for their multiplayer. Tony Hawk
But
wasn't
that
synonymous for multiplayer, and it had Tony Hawk had replay value. I'm not denying that.
You
but it
just said
does
it
not
didn't.
have the same replay value as a Call of Duty
But that's your
multiplayer game.
opinion, though.
That
To
it
me,
No,
really,
that's not opinion.
yes,
nah,
it
it,
is
it,
Go
really-
because
it,
I
find
it
look at
honestly,
Call.
it really
It,
is.
it isn't because let me
hold
tell
on.
you
Go
this, Jay.
find me a Call of Duty. Go find
Jay,
me a
let me tell
Tony
you
Hawk.
this.
What was the last Tony Hawk that had multiplayer?
That's
But we're not
a
talking about
Pro Skater,
multiplayer. Multiplayer is not.
Pro Skater 5
Okay, go look at the average time
Pro
of
Skater
gamers
5 is
playing Pro
broken.
Skater
Yeah,
5.
It's
exactly.
broken. It's broken. You can. I mean, that's different. Like what I came to say is this. I don't know if you really played those games or you fully understood how
I
hot those
played. I want
games
to say I
were.
They
played every.
were
Because
very
the Tony
popular.
Hawk
Hold
games
on
was
a second. Let this man talk.
the Tony Hawk games was so hot at the time. You had black kids like me didn't give a fuck about skateboarding and wanted to get I bust my ass, but I got on that skateboard. Look, those games were so popular, and they
Yes,
did. And
but
but
you're talking about a different aspect of gaming compared to what it is now.
no, I'm
When
not saying they're in the same genre. I mean,
oh, hold on,
but
no, when
what
shooters came into the market and when the multiplayer really
Shooters
hit the
always been in the
scene.
market.
No, but they haven't. Like what I'm saying is, last generation is when they really hit their stride, right?
Man, what you talking about? They hit their
no, it's
stride with
really
the
not.
original. Brett, no, not necessarily, because they
It
hit
wasn't
that
last
stride when they
generation.
came
No,
out with
no,
the
no.
original
Listen
Xbox
to
and the
me.
Dreamcast.
Listen
Like,
to
what is
me.
you saying? That's exactly where.
Listen to me.
All right, got it.
When did real shooters start hitting their stride? It was when Modern
Like
Warfare
around
the
Wolfenstein, the
first Modern
original came
Warfare
out.
came out, and when the
No,
Halo franchise came out. On
you're
the
talking
consoles
about
that
Yo,
hit.
y'all gotta stop
no,
talking over each other, yo. I'm
Yeah,
gonna have
let
to
me
start
talk.
muting y'all niggas.
Shooters
Y'all niggas
started
doing
hitting their stride near the end of the original Xbox and
That's
the
your opinion.
PlayStation 2, right? And then they started really getting momentum when Modern Warfare came out. When Modern Warfare came out, it was huge. It was killing Halo off back with Halo 3. It was really striving. Then Modern Warfare 2 came out. It hit the stride even more on that, and it kept building momentum and momentum. What I'm
Okay.
getting at is when it comes down to multiplayer, if you want to verse multiplayer from Call of Duty to multiplayer with fucking Tony Hawk, Call of Duty is gonna outbeat it every time in fucking playtime
all
in
right.
every aspect.
So let me
You can't deny
All
that.
right, go ahead.
wait. Let me say this real quick. Number one, shooters were way popular way before Call of Duty and Halo.
Exactly.
Second, I don't. Nobody. I was listening to the podcast. Nobody was saying that Tony Hawk's multiplayer is on the same level as Call of Duty's. We were talking. They were talking about the
No, I was
popularity of
saying
the
that you
game.
can't really compare the
Jay,
two.
hold on, Jay.
Hey, just let him talk.
We're talking about. They were talking about the popularity of the games because Tony Hawk is very similar. Well, Activision does all their games. They release games. Well, Tony Hawk games coming out back to back yearly, just like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And what start fucking up Tony Hawk, and the reason why Call of Duty will probably never get as fucked up as Tony Hawk is because they start fundamentally just changing. Like you went from like if a Tony Hawk game came out, you didn't really like the story or the levels. It still played like every other game.
But here's
When
the
they
thing,
start,
bro.
Exactly. The
I
only
don't
one.
disagree on the popularity of the game. What I'm talking about, and what y'all are failing to realize, is I'm talking about the multiplayer aspect. I'm
But
saying
dude,
okay, well,
in the
multiplayer
multiplayer
is
aspect,
popular.
Call of Duty is always.
let me say this because I'm gonna go ahead and answer this. This is why I'm saying I don't really think you really played those games back in the day because I don't even understand why you would even try to compare. Oh wait. The
Or
reason I say
deny.
this, why would you try to compare? Tony Hawk's Online was very popular. But why would you try to compare even
I
during the
will.
time?
Well,
Hold on,
if you
during the
let me finish.
time.
Because of the replay value. If you go look right
That's your
now,
opinion.
hold on. Let's compare. Let's compare the replay value of Tony Hawk. You pick one, and let's go look at the replay value of Modern Warfare
Now,
1.
Jay, how are we going to compare these two? Because you're talking about, hold on, wait. You're talking about, wait. Let me explain it. You're talking about a generation where most people played offline because online was not that popular for the consoles, and Tony Hawk was more of a console
And that's
game.
what I'm
Wait a minute,
stating.
but how are you going to compare the popularity? I mean, the replay value. You cannot go back and track someone's hours they put offline.
And that's what I'm getting. I can only go off of what I know, and I'm telling you from what I know, Call of Duty in the replay value aspect would destroy Tony Hawk.
But
in
you don't know that
online
because you don't know
general.
the other side. So you don't know.
Exactly.
You have to have both sides to compare. You don't know the other side.
Tell me right now.
I agree with you guys.
Let's
But
be honest right now.
But Jay, let me ask you
If a
something.
Tony
Hold on,
Hawk
Jay.
game
First
came
off.
out right now, Here, let's
We're
do
in
a
a
hypothetical.
different era. You're talking about now that they done
And I
destroyed the
said that
franchise
for
and the
the
name.
Exact. Thank
bro.
you.
Jay, all right, look, Jay, let's calm down. First of all, you're confusing the hell out of me because this is what I'm trying
Well,
to
if
say.
you let me finish without interrupting me, I can tell you. I've already stated that they're from two different eras that you really can't compare them. All I'm comparing is on the aspect Tony Hawk doesn't come close to what fucking Call of Duty has achieved.
You
And
mean
any
today, or you
Whoa.
mean in this whole entire franchise?
yeah, I mean,
No, which one?
look at
Today
the
or
fan
in its
base.
entire franchise?
Look at the fan base that
Jay,
fucking
I'm trying
called
to
it.
understand. Today, you mean as of today, or you mean in its
Yes,
entirety?
no,
Exactly.
I'm talking about as of today. As of today, Tony Hawk
Well,
is the not
obviously
Of course,
the
fucking
game is
competitor.
bad.
Jay, this is why this is a very odd conversation because you're trying to compare a game that just dropped. They just dropped the broken piece of shit, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then it's been years since there's been a Tony Hawk game, so the fans of the game have dwindled away. They have gone away.
Exactly.
Yes, and
I'm
that's
not.
what I'm getting at. He was using a comparison of Tony Hawk. I was using another popular game that was comparison because we were talking about how casual market has destroyed pretty much gaming, correct? And I was using Call of Duty as the example because it's the most casual game out there. You get what I'm saying? Now, was I saying that anything against Tony Hawk? No. Tony Hawk had its time. It achieved the shit that it achieved, but then it moved on. No one's really looking at skater games
See,
like that. That's why you don't
but
see a
see
lot of
what
skater
Well,
games.
AJ,
no. They are, but they just released. A lot of people were excited for the fifth game. It was broken. That's why
but
it
that's the
flopped.
same.
But
Yep.
look, how many besides the fifth game, the last skater game that I remember playing was Pro Skater 3. And that was the last one. What was that? What was that
They
back in
made Pro
Jay,
Skater 4
2008,
the new
2009?
Do
Tony
you
Hawk
not realize
Underground.
that last generation, one of the biggest skating games that came out was EA Skate,
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
dead.
and
I
exactly.
like
and
that game a
Yeah,
lot
it
too.
was pretty
Like I said,
big.
a
hold
lot of
on.
people want a Skate 4. I
Didn't you
don't know
just hear me say the
skateboarding games.
last one I played was fucking
That's
Pro
why I'm
Skater
saying
3?
I don't think you really know. That's what I'm trying to tell you
I don't
because
think you really
skateboarding
know.
games are very popular. It's just they're not making them. Matter of
Then
fact,
Not
why,
what's
making
if
the?
very
they're
many.
so popular, then why aren't they making them?
I don't know. They just made Skate 3 last generation and did
I'll
great
tell you
numbers.
why they're not making them because yes, they may be popular in the community, but let's go look at the sales
No, the
of the
game
last ones and see.
sold.
Let's see what
The
actually
game
sold
sold
more
well though.
between a Call of
The,
Duty and a skate game.
Oh hell.
But see, the problem is, Jay, is that you're making it seem like Call of Duty was the best multiplayer game to ever
no,
sell.
I don't
No,
listen.
no, 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 no. Wait a minute. I got to jump in. I got to jump in this bitch.
Hold
I
on,
got to
y'all
jump in
aren't
this
getting
bitch.
what I'm
Hold on
trying
a
to
second.
get at.
Hold on a second.
I don't get it
No.
because you're trying to compare
Let
like
me
things that are
finish.
so
Hold
polar
on a
opposite.
second.
I
Hold
don't.
on a
Hold
second.
on, hold on, hold on.
Well,
One
let
at
me
a time. One
finish.
at a time.
Yo, hold on a second. Let me say
me
something.
hold on.
No, hold on, Jay. Let me say something. First off, I gotta comment. No, he did not say that Call of Duty was the greatest multiplayer. He was basically saying that people. I agree with Jay.
Okay.
Jay is basically saying that Call of Duty has been more successful and has had a better following than Tony Hawk or whatever you want to say, skating,
Gotcha.
whatever. Nobody. That's just facts. I don't. That's not taking away the quality of Tony Hawk or any
game at
other
all.
skating
But
game.
no, it's
But
no.
it's the
If
truth.
he's going to say numbers, of course. But he's talking like when he says replay value. Well, then that would mean we would need some type of
Well,
statistics.
that's true. That's true.
No. We don't know
No, that's
replay
not
value.
true.
We need to know. We need to know how someone had the date polls.
Okay,
How
well,
many
hold on.
players- I don't know.
Hold on.
Now we
You
can look
said
at
Pro
numbers.
Skater 5 was online, right? So you said
But it's a broken
you
game.
can no, it doesn't matter though. It's still we can still compare that to Modern Warfare 1. We can
What?
still compare the
What?
two games.
Jay, you're not understanding what we're trying to say here. You're trying to compare a game that was across the
Because
board
I'm
told to
using an
hold on,
analogy next
name
to
a
what
Call of
fucking
Duty.
he was using.
Name a Call of Duty that everybody and their mother told you this game does not even function.
Mhm.
There
There
is
hasn't been one because they've been using
okay,
the
so
same
you're
engine
trying
for
to compare a
years.
broken game to games
Yeah,
that
that
have
works.
never been broken, and then you're
But
going to say,
listen-
well, no one's online playing this. Of course, the game is broken.
Game's
But
fucking
yet
broken.
again, you're not understanding the analogy. We were talking about games. We were talking about what's ruining the market and why casual gaming is ruining the market.
All right,
I was
all right.
We
using
understood that. We
Call
heard
of
that.
Duty as the prime example because
Okay,
it's the
I'm
most
following you.
casual game and it's the one that's been destroying the market the most.
I don't feel it's destroying the market, but I
I
get what
don't
you're
feel
trying
like
to
it's
say.
doing anything. I just
Yeah.
feel like you guys are too dumb enough to buy the same shit over a dumbass.
I don't think it's destroying the market at all. They ain't type of way. I don't see how it is. But all right, I'm following you, but I'm not seeing how the compare. Like, cause I remember
Because
Shadow
he
Man
was
mentioned
using the
mentioned that.
analogy, he was using that game, so I brung up another game. That's
I
what you're
thought he
not
brought up.
understanding.
but
I
you,
thought he brought up Tony Hawk because he was naming another popular Activision franchise.
No, he brung up Tony Hawk, so I was bringing up fucking Call of Duty
Hold on,
because
let's just
Call of
ask
that's
Duty
Shadow,
actually
is
pretty.
Shadow Man.
Actually, that's what I did. That's actually why I
Why did
brought
you
Tony
bring up
Hawk up.
Tony Hawk, Shadow Man?
The reason why I brought Tony Hawk up because since Call of Duty is a popular franchise for Activision, so was Tony Hawk was
Now,
back in
that's
the
what
day.
I got from what he said. Was saying
That's
I
what I
don't
was
think he
pretty
was
much saying.
comparing anything other than the fact they were both very popular franchises. Matter of fact, I think that other than Call of Duty, well, Destiny now too, but before Call of
Yep,
Duty,
Destiny's
Destiny,
another
the
one.
last one was
actually,
Tony Hawk.
if you want to, and I know y'all aren't gonna agree with this, but another popular franchise that
Guitar
Activision
Hero.
has is what's
The
it called?
Guitar Hero game.
Skylanders.
Wait, is it?
Oh yeah, that's them. That's them.
Yeah.
That's them.
Yeah.
But
Oh shit, yeah.
before
But Guitar Hero used to be popular too for them.
before COD 4 made Call of Duty extremely popular, the popular Activision franchise was Tony Hawk. So I thought he was just bringing it up, which he just said. He was just bringing it up because they were both popular Activision franchises. Now the comparison
No.
between which one? He just said that.
No, that's not what I was reading in the comment section. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, we're gonna be on this shit all day.
Yeah, we can move.
Yeah,
on.
we gotta
Yeah, just move on it.
Jay
'Cause I
played
can tell.
he played Tekken on the Sega Saturn, so it doesn't matter.
Fuck out of here,
Okay.
bro.
Oh,
Damn
But
right I
I'm gonna
did.
say
I know
this.
I
Did
did.
you really?
But Jay, let me ask you this, Brett. But just because a game sells very well doesn't necessarily mean it's good. Because I mean, you say Call of Duty's popular due to its whole
I'm
multiplayer.
not, listen, I haven't played a.
Hold on, Jay. You're not letting me talk. I think I let you talk long enough. Man. Let me talk. Because you say Call of Duty's popular due to the multiplayer. So were games like Phantasy Star on the Dreamcast. So was Quake, Unreal Tournament back in the days. Those games were just as popular as, or even, well, Counter-Strike is still popular, right? That's one game that's been, I would say, consistently popular ever since that it released a long time ago. But I'm saying these games were all popular at one time, even more so than Call of Duty. Back in the days when Call of Duty was even a thing, nobody even cared about it. Like, do you remember people talking about Call of Duty until actually MW2 came out? The first Modern Warfare kind of gave it
You
that
mean
threat.
Modern Warfare 4, not MW2?
Nah. Oh, yeah, you're right, my bad. Call of Duty 4, right? But Call of Duty 4 didn't even outsell Halo 3. It took until MW2 for the game to really, to really get up there. Because Call of Duty 4 still did not outsell Halo 3. It still wasn't more popular than most of the other first-person shooters out there. You do know that, right?
Actually, it did outsell Halo 3. It took them 6 months to outsell Halo 3.
In the sense that it was released on multiple platforms, though.
Yeah,
in
but
that
that's
sense.
still.
But
See, that doesn't
I know,
matter.
but Halo 3 is only on one console, though. So
But
if you
here's the
put it,
thing.
yeah.
You're
So if you
talking
put
about
it
a
in that
game
sense,
that had
Halo 3
almost
was
a year and a half before Modern Warfare even came out. So, of course, it's going to have more sales at the time. It still took Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1 6 months to
Bro, I
outsell
remember
Halo
playing
3 on a
Halo
game
3,
that has
and there
already
were
been out for a
millions of
year and a
people
half.
online on that game. When I first bought Halo 3 for the 360, it was millions of people. I've never seen
I
millions.
agree. I was one of the people on there, but that's what I'm trying to say. You're
Okay.
talking about a game at the time it came out took 6 months to outsell the biggest Xbox exclusive of that fucking that cycle,
So let's
and it
say
was
it's
out a year and a half before fucking Modern Warfare 1 even came out.
I mean, I wouldn't
But
really.
Modern Warfare 1 came out the same year as Halo 3, though. It came out both in 2007.
Thought it came out in 2008. Let me check.
No, World at War came out in 2008. MW2 came out in 2009. Then Black Ops 1 came out in
Let me check.
2010. So you messed up.
And
They both
then,
came out.
and then Modern Warfare is on multiple systems.
Exactly. But Halo 3 actually sold pretty well for a game that only was on one platform at the time.
Yeah, you're right.
That's kind of the point.
2007.
It sold very well. It's actually very comparable to even Call of Duty 4 selling on multiple platforms. But that's besides the point. What I'm saying is that for some reason Call of Duty became a phenomenon. I don't know how it did, but
And I said this earlier. It became a phenomenon because of the way the multiplayer set up. It is set up for you to have your highs, then your lows, then your highs again. It is an easy game to access, an easy game to be able to play. So the casuals jumped on it, and that's what made the game the way it is. That's the reason why they haven't changed the formula over the last fucking 10 years. It's because they know their formula works.
True. I mean,
And
the
that's the
accessibility
reason
of
why I
games.
say.
What happened to the days of people buying games because they were challenging?
But here's
Because they
the
wanted-
thing. That's what I'm saying. The casual market has taken over gaming to the point where they're like, look at how many games now that we have that aren't hard anymore. Look at the games back in the day that used to fucking took you forever to grind through and play and have to learn and have to beat. You got to
Pretty much.
understand the mechanics and stuff. Now,
Yeah.
because games have got more casual, we don't have them mechanics.
I mean, honestly,
going on
I believe
anymore.
the casual market has always been here, and they've always been.
It's always been there, but it hasn't been as big
But
as
see,
it
to
is
me it seems
now.
like
No,
Activision.
I think it really has, because what people forget is that the reason why majority of the games were hard on consoles, especially 9 times out of 10,
Due to limitations.
no, it wasn't really that. A lot of them were ports from the arcade. Arcade games are meant to do what? They're not meant to be fair. They're meant to suck your quarter. So when you
they're
port an
meant to be
arcade
hard.
game, when you
I mean, yeah, like yeah.
most of the games that we played on the consoles, when they ported to the console from the arcade, they're meant to be ridiculously hard because they want to suck quarters. But the thing is, the console don't accept quarters. So now you just get this hard ass game for no fucking reason. A
True.
lot of those games were hard for that reason. But
True.
we all know back in the day when arcades were real popular, even the casual gamers liked the arcade because that's all they could go to. That's the only place you could go to play.
Yep, you're right. Because
but it hasn't got as dulled down. Like, you can't sit here and tell me that gaming hasn't dulled down.
No, the
to
reason I'm
point
saying
where it's not even.
it has is because I feel it's because the arcade scene has dwindled away. There's no reason to give you a difficultly hard game to make you put quarters in anymore when everybody's just buying the game outright.
See, I disagree with that, man. I think it's because of the casual market.
Guns through a fucking pack. I mean, through a DLC pack. Like, you don't even have to unlock them anymore. You could just buy them. You could just basically pay to win now because you guys rather pay to beat some dude online than play it legitimately. That's just what we're coming down to. It's because you're right, Jay. You got some points. Gamers want that accessibility. But at the same time, gamers are not being challenged in what we're doing anymore.
It's not necessarily about.
Oh my God, Thanos, run!
Oh, did he just come in?
Where the fuck Thanos come from?
I know, right? He came out of nowhere.
You gotta listen.
Black magic shit.
This is the fucking fact. Gaming's evolving with or without you. It's that simple. You know, like, it's not just about the casual market anymore. Because just imagine this: if the next console comes out, and let's say it doesn't have a streaming network to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know how many people are gonna be mind fucked? The 90s are over, bro.
It's not even about the 90s. It's not even about the 90s because if that was the case, then why are all these developer studios going under? I mean, you guys ain't showing the love and the support to these companies that we did back in the days.
Maybe because of the used game market.
Majority of the gamers nowadays ain't putting
hold on, one at a time.
Yeah, but I'm saying majority of the gamers that talk all this bullshit about games they supposedly like ain't even going out there buying them.
But here, hold on. Let me say something. That's also because of the used game market too. Like, y'all don't understand when y'all buy.
Well, marketing's a big thing too.
That doesn't go back to the developers. That goes straight to fucking GameStop and shit. So every time you buy a used game, essentially, and this is just my opinion, you're essentially stealing the game from the developers because you're not giving the money back to the developers.
What the hell?
It's
are
you giving? Here's the thing. Are you
nigga, nobody stole anything if I had to pay money for it. There's no.
No. Listen to what I'm trying to say.
You sound like SpongeBob and Patrick stole a free balloon, nigga. What?
Well, hear me out, man. When you buy a new game, right? A new game, the proceeds go back to the developers, right? But when you buy
Jay, you got to realize a lot of the games, sometimes the storefronts buy the game from the developer.
You're gonna let me finish though, Grim?
I'm just letting you know before you continue that sometimes they buy the game outright. The developer already has their money, so now the store is just selling to make them money. It's not the developer don't get the money; they already got the money.
Give back the percentage that they're supposed to be getting. They take a cut from that game every time you buy it, but they don't get that cut when you have a used game market.
I don't think you fully heard what I just
said. We're talking about games that are bought new.
Sometimes they buy the game. The storefront buys it from the developer, as in the developer already got their money. So when the store sells it, the store is just making money.
Why do you think? All right. Let me. Yo, you good example. It's the same reason if you go to a convenience store, like you know how they got lottery tickets.
Hold on a second.
I didn't say GameStop. I said certain stores do that.
Okay, and what's the majority store?
I don't know.
That most people buy.
I don't do investigation on. I don't call stores and say, do you pay for the game outright? And I don't ask those questions.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm telling you right now, from me talking to some of the people that I know, especially the guy that I know here, Chris, which is the general manager of GameStop, he said flat out to me several times that they don't actually get every used game. The developers don't get a proceed of that.
Well,
all.
that's a used game though. We're talking about new games.
But
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm trying to say.
We
When
know.
you buy a used game, you're not giving back the money to the developer, so the developer's hurting. So if you go in there right now, you go pick up, let's say, fucking Quantum Break, for example, right?
Damn
That's
right,
not
I'll
going
pick that
back to
shit up.
Remedy. Remedy's not getting a sale off of that.
Damn right, and they don't deserve shit off it either
So
because
what
it's
are
a
you
4-hour
saying?
game.
So
no,
what
no,
are you
no, no,
saying,
no,
Jay?
Well, Jay,
What are you saying?
this
Are you
what
saying we shouldn't? You saying we shouldn't buy used games? Is that what you're
What I'm
saying?
saying is that's a part. That's one of the reasons how a lot of these developers are going
No, it's
under is
called these
because of the used
motherfuckers
game
being
market.
greedy.
It's a
Let me
small
not, Jay.
percentage, but that is something that happens in
Jay,
gaming too.
Well, Jay,
Jay, let me tell you something.
this is
Motherfuckers wouldn't be buying games used or waiting for significantly low price drops if these games were actually good to buy on day one. The main reason as to why, hey, because I do it, I ain't gonna front. Most of my Xbox One game library is no worth than $30. I wait for the games to drop price quick, then I go get me a copy because these games ain't worth paying $60 for. I cannot see myself paying $60 for any of these games.
But that's coming from a perspective because your money supply is limited. Now, if you had
My,
all the
whoa, I'm limit. Whoa, my money supply is
So
limited.
why
Do you
why
see
am I
that?
if you
why
had all the
uh
money in
Bruh,
the
yeah.
world,
Oh,
right?
Thanos,
thank
you
you.
can't
Hey,
even say that,
Hey,
bro. How you
shut the
gonna
fuck up.
bro?
Hold on, everyone.
Thanos, how
Good.
you gonna tell a retro gamer that my money supply is limited when I spend like $200 for some games that I own in my collection?
if
Like, what are
money
you
was an
saying?
issue, if money wasn't an issue, everybody would have all the consoles, including the
Well,
5,000.
my money's not an issue with me, like I said, but don't use that example for me.
but
Maybe for
but here
somebody
but
else.
yet again you're not understanding this, man. Regardless of the situation, like I was saying, that is a percentage of the reason why you see a lot of these developers go under. And actually, there's been a couple of developers, like when the THQ fiasco was going under. A few of the guys from THQ even stated that they were like, "Well, we wouldn't have it went under if people would have actually bought our games day one instead of buying them used." He actually had that
Hey,
in one of
let
his
me tell you
articles
something. You know
back when
that's
it
an
happened.
wait,
excuse
time. Let me
because
say
if
this.
you made a good game for people that actually wanted to buy it, they would have bought the
Well,
shit.
wait a
The
minute,
main
Jay.
reason why people ain't buying it, I'm tired of hearing developers complain about, oh, poor me, developer, poor me. You're in a business to where you make money for video games.
And that's
Stop.
why I was stating earlier that you see a lot of these games now be like Call of Duty clones because
Okay,
that is the most
Okay.
successful game, so they end up mirroring that game.
okay, then, but is
Okay.
that
Let me
good for
go
the
ahead and
industry? Hold on. But is
let
that
me go
actually good for
ahead.
the industry though? Is that
Let
good
me
for the industry?
Hold on, let me introduce Ralph.
let me go ahead and let Ralph talk because he's got a few
Gotcha.
minutes. He got a few minutes at free from work, and I want him to go ahead and school us on the shit that y'all were talking about a minute ago.
All right, go
Ralph,
ahead,
what's
Rolf.
up?
What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing?
Hey, what's up?
All right, so what did y'all need? GameStop information? I used to actually be a general manager for GameStop, and I did P&Ls for them, so I know everything that happens on the
Okay.
profit and loss statement. So what information do you need?
Jay,
Used games.
yeah, go
What
ahead.
does it? Do they get back or proceed to the
No,
game developer?
this is 100% GameStop's profit.
Hold on, wait a
100%.
minute, Ralph. I think Jay was missing what I was saying. I don't know if GameStop does this because I never worked for them. I was trying to tell Jay that certain stores, when they buy games from whoever they get the games from, when they buy them in bulk or whatever, sometimes they outright pay for the game. So now the store is selling the game. The developer already got their money from the storefront. I think Jay was missing that entire point. What I was saying.
I got that point, but what I'm saying is you're saying certain stores. That's only a small
But I don't
fraction of
know if
stores.
GameStop does
We're
that or not.
talking
I
about
don't
as a
know.
whole.
That's
How
why
many
we got
stores do you
Demon.
think
Hey,
do that?
that's why we got Demon here. So
But that's
Demon
what I'm
can
asking. Demon Ralph, do GameStop do that? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Games cost $48 before that, straight up. When you buy a game from a developer, no matter how many quantities you buy, you pay $48. GameStop only makes $12 per game. No matter how many they buy 300 copies or they buy 10 copies, there's no deals. It's $48. That's it. Sometimes 48.10, depending on the developer. Sometimes studios like EA charge a little bit more, like 10 cents, 15 cents, depending on the game. But normally it's $48 even. And then when GameStop resells it to you used for 55, it's 100% profit for GameStop, which is why they always push the used when you're at the register, because they want to resell you the same game
So how
they already
much?
sold you for the
How much
profit.
does GameStop pay for the new game when they buy it from EA or whoever?
$48.
I think they let them stock it for free.
They pay $48 for it, right? And they sell it
$48
for
per
60
copy.
bucks.
Yeah, they
And
sell it. They sell it at market value, not just for 60. They sell it at market value because, like, games drop after about 3 months. Games drop to about $40. They have to follow the market value, otherwise, obviously, nobody's going to buy it from them.
So
So when they sell it for 60, that extra money because they spend like 48. So that extra money out of the 60, who does that go to?
When they sell it, what do you mean?
Okay, if they buy it for 48, but they're selling it for 60, that extra.
The $12 plus tax is tax obviously goes to the government, but $12 is what they make per game.
Is what GameStop makes for it.
Yes.
So GameStop basically buys the game from EA. Now I don't know what EA does with that money. I don't know if they distribute it to the team that made the game or not. But what I'm trying to tell. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying, well, I'm sure what they do is they have a percentage that goes to the developers.
Yeah, it's usually a percentage that goes to the developer and a percentage that goes to the publisher.
What you're saying is that the game, the money that the developer gets, they already get it when the game before the game even sold to the customer because the store already done bought the game from the developer.
Yes.
So
yes,
what
the company makes the money before?
Listen to me. Okay, here's the thing. Yes, you buy a used game, right? You buy a brand new game. Then someone goes.
We don't want to hear that. We already know about.
Then someone goes and trades it in, and they sell a used game. So any Tom, Dick, and Harry can wait about a month, and there'll be like 16 used games on there, and he's never gonna give his money to the developer.
But Jay, listen. You're not understanding. This is what we're trying to tell you. Ralph just said that they buy GameStop.
I agree with
no, wait, no, because you fully don't. No, you don't understand because of what you're saying.
Oh man, you're not understanding what I'm saying.
So you're saying when you buy a used game, the developer doesn't get any money from that, right? That's what you're saying.
They don't get
we agree with you, but what we're also trying to tell you is that because the store already buys the game from the developer, when you buy a new game, the developer don't get none of that money either. That's going to GameStop. The little $12 funky dollars, the 48 is to recuperate. So what are you talking about?
And usually there's a contracted amount. Like certain stores will get certain copies, but overall the company itself will have, let's say Battlefield comes out, GameStop will have their 200 million copies reserved, already paid for, and then certain stores get their amount based on what Battlefield sold the previous year. Plus, obviously, like a 4 to 10% increase based on.
And they're probably, and the actual developers are probably only getting about 15-20% of whatever they're getting from GameStop.
Probably, I think even less. Developers are on salary; they get even less. You can develop Battlefield, you'll be making $60,000 a year, even if the game brings in 10.
You lag out?
No, he didn't lag out. So let me ask you this question, though. Demon. If they put 5% of every used game back to the developers, let's say they gave $4 back for every used game they sell at GameStop, wouldn't that spike up some of these developers' fucking costs? I mean, revenue in the game?
They get that back through that.
Funny, and it wouldn't. And 5% at a small scale won't hurt GameStop because they're a Fortune 500 company with zero debt.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what I'm trying to get at is I agree with what Ralph is saying. I'm saying that GameStop or these companies as a whole should contribute some of that used money that they're getting back because they're basically just reselling the product back to the developers so these developers can stay afloat.
Wait, Shadowman. Stop. Shadowman.
That's not even me talking.
No, I know. Shadowman, let's say it together. Why would they give their money to these motherfuckers?
It's like exactly. This is why.
Why would GameStop?
This is why developers go under.
I don't really think that is the reason why, because we just established, at least with GameStop, by Ralph, someone that worked there. Hold on. Jay, do you understand that before you buy the game from GameStop, the developer already got their money?
Grim, I already know.
Okay, so if you know that, you buy it. Jay, if you know that, so buying a game new or used from GameStop, they get no money either way. So if you buy a game new from GameStop, they don't get no money. You buy a game used from GameStop, they don't get no money.
Listen to me, Grim.
I think he means publishers, not developers.
Listen to me, Grim. If I'm a fucking average Joe and I don't, let's say we'll use Call of Duty again, right? Call of Duty comes out. I wait 2 weeks after Call of Duty comes out, and I go pick up the game for $39 or whatever it is at GameStop, but some average other Joe went and traded the game in, right? I'm not, that $30 that I went and paid for that game, that never went to the developer, so that's cut.
Hold on, Jay, the 30 for the used copy, right?
Oh my God.
Okay, but Jay, you're not following because we're trying to tell you when GameStop gets the games from the studio,
they already got
the developer.
Yes, you're right, but they still lose it. Listen to me. Listen to
we
me.
gotta
You're
stop
not.
arguing this shit. This
Oh
shit
my
is
God, y'all
It's
aren't
going,
getting it.
it's going in a circle. They don't lose.
it is.
No,
It's ridiculous.
they do lose. They lose that
Jay, they're
sale.
not
That
losing
sale is
anything if they
lost
already
They
got
forever.
the
already
money,
got the
bro. What
Real
are
sale.
you
quick,
We're trying to
talking
tell
about?
real,
you
Oh my
they
real
got
god.
the
quick,
sale
real quick.
already.
It's
Let me
like this.
let me
Jesus
say
Christ.
something. Let me say something real quick. If somebody's gonna buy a game used or new, they're gonna buy it used or new regardless. You can't stop somebody from buying a used game. So the developer's not really gonna get any kind of money. It works the same way with piracy. If somebody's gonna steal a game, they're gonna steal it regardless. It's not a lost sale. So that's first and foremost. Second of all, when a game is in circulation, there's optional DLC to purchase, there's optional map packs to purchase. That's why they're not so hard on GameStop, because the game stays in circulation, it stays relevant, and it keeps people buying DLC, map packs, etc., etc., etc.
Yes, I agree with you on that. But what I'm saying is, I feel like to help some of these developers out,
I'm not
especially some
helping
of
none
these
of these
smaller
motherfuckers.
developers that are hurting, GameStop should give a percentage
Well, I think the
back
small
to them.
Why
developers
would
are
Game?
making
Well,
money.
hold on.
It's the big
Jay,
studios
why
that are
would
having the issue.
GameStop give a
We got
percentage
to
on?
move on from this conversation.
Yeah, but hold on. Let
It's
me
not
make
going
Rez.
anywhere.
I agree with you, but let me make one more point before we do.
Okay.
Why
Go
the hell would GameStop even give some of the money that they bought from some other guy that
Because
came in
if
with the
they
same
would
game?
give some of the
Listen,
money
Jay,
back,
just let me finish. Why would they give that money knowing that they had to pay that same dude that came in there probably $20, $30 credit, whatever the hell they paid the man, and give that back to them?
did you not
Knowing
just
that they
hear him
already got
say
their
that they
money.
make
No
100%
harm,
back
no
profit?
foul. No harm, no foul. There's no harm, no foul at that
Did
point.
you not just hear him say that
Let
they
me
make
go ahead.
100%
Let me go
back?
ahead and say this. Then we're gonna wrap that shit up.
Yeah, please do.
That I don't think they should give anybody any money. They are, especially if they already, if I
Getting the
understood
money.
correctly, they're buying the game at a loss already, right?
Exactly.
Yes, and they
So
have
it
to
ain't no
sell it
fuck.
at
It's
and they
not
sell
any.
it at a game.
It's
And
not any fucking point for them to give the money. Let's move on from that
All right,
topic.
let's move on, please. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
That's
Jay,
that's
you
like
took
what I'm
that L,
saying.
bro.
Uh,
You took that L,
this
Jay.
is why I can't wait until everything fucking goes digital, bro. I can't fucking wait.
GameStop
Digital?
actually makes
Oh,
money on
hell.
digital, believe it or not.
Okay. Last thing I want to talk about, my homeboy. Well, I don't want to say. Never mind. We ain't gonna talk about that.
Damn.
No, but appreciate you clearing that up for us. Anywho, how long we been on? Over 2 hours now. I think we coming up on the 2 hour mark, right?
Yeah, 2 hours.
Okay. It's about that motherfucking time. Does anybody else have anything else? Any other news going on?
All I gotta say is Jay took that L in that conversation.
I ain't take no L, son. I'm telling you right now, if
Let me tell you something.
I
All
get
y'all.
what Jay-
no,
I get what
hold on. Let me finish my little piece right here.
Jay,
If
you done. Jay, it's
if
over. You lost.
GameStop
You
fucking
lost.
gave a percentage to these companies,
Jay, oh
we
my
wouldn't
God.
see most of these
I
companies.
started it again.
Oh my
So
god.
Jay, it's over.
No,
Jay,
hell
it's
no.
over.
Hell no.
wait. So basically, Jay is just saying that GameStop should be nice and just give the studios some money.
I'm
That's like
saying
saying
5% of some of these
millionaires should
studios
donate.
wouldn't go under.
That's
So
like
it
saying
wouldn't
when
be
I
That's
bitching
buy
like
that there's
saying
no other fucking
GameStop and I
studios
hate it,
making
I
Bernie
say,
games.
Sanders.
take
That's
it.
some Bernie Sanders shit, and I ain't got time. It's time to move on. Now,
All right.
now, last thing I wanted to say, let's see, BG came out with his new name today. Did y'all hear about that?
He came out with it
No.
last week on
Is
the
it last week?
weapon wheel. Weapon wheel
Yeah.
last week.
Oh shit!
The
What?
Brooklyn
I,
Skill Tree.
I don't watch the Weapon Wheel, so I won't know what you're talking about.
His new channel name is going to be called Brooklyn Skill Tree.
Yeah, I was on Weapon Wheel last week. He
Why
revealed
the
it.
fuck would you name yourself that?
I guess he's from Brooklyn.
He is
I
But
from
see,
remember
Brooklyn.
people were trolling him pretty hard. It was
No,
funny.
he's not. I don't think he's naming himself that. I think that's just the name of the channel. I
No,
think
I'm
he.
talking
Okay,
about his
that's
If I'm
even
not.
channel.
worse.
Name your
That's
channel.
even worse. Is that the name of his podcast or no?
No,
Is
no,
that
no,
name-
no, no.
Oh,
His,
No, that's the name of his new channel.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
y'all know he's keeping his old channel. That's just going to be the Weapon Wheel channel, and then he's opening up another channel, which is the Brooklyn Skill Tree. That's going
Here's
to be
my
for all.
question. Why
Hold
would
the fuck up! God damn, Jay.
fuck
You treat
off?
me like one stop and shit, cutting me off and shit.
I won't cut you off anyway, son.
God damn. You had ADHD or something. It's something. God
Go
damn.
ahead, Rez. Go ahead.
So he's starting this new channel, Brooklyn Skill Tree, for all his other gameplay and all his other reviews, all his other stuff. What do y'all think about the
Yo,
name?
real
I
quick,
don't know
Rez.
why.
Go ahead.
When he revealed the name, within 60 seconds, somebody made a troll account called Brooklyn Loaf Tree. I was dying.
But see, my issue is that he's calling himself Brooklyn Skill Tree, yet that nigga can't play games online for shit.
Oh
Shit.
shit.
Oh.
It's
Oh,
trash.
shit. No, he's pretty good on
He didn't see me.
He's pretty good on most games he plays. I do give him
Well, he's
that.
probably,
I heard
you know,
Blackbond was the
I'm not
best
saying he ain't,
Street
you know,
Fighter.
he ain't bad like on some dark trade shit. At least I can say that. But you know,
No, yeah, BG is pretty good at games. I don't know if he says he's the best and the best of all time, but I think he's just
Yeah, he
fucking around.
says that shit, but he don't play no fighters though.
nah, he
Y'all
the
still.
best at buying bots and subscribers. From what I
Oh
heard.
hell no! See, that ain't what we was talking about. We talking about the name of the channel, Brooklyn Skill Tree. We're not talking about
Can
all
I
other
ask a
shit.
question?
Go ahead.
Why would you like get rid of a fucking established title? I mean, you already have what 80,000 subscribers. Your channel's already big
85.
enough. Everyone knows you on that channel. Why would you get
85.
rid of it to make a new fucking channel so you
Well,
have to go through the
I
grind
don't,
again?
who is this BG doing this?
Yeah, BG.
I mean, I don't watch them and nothing like that. I mean, he can do what he wants, but if he makes another successful channel, that's just more money.
More money.
Well,
No,
what
he's
I'm
still
getting,
That's
what
all
I'm
it
getting
is.
at is he's already has an established channel over there. Why to remove
Well,
that?
it's not. It's really not any more money because he's still going to be doing the same. He's going to be doing, I think, another type podcast, but he's going to be doing pretty much the same amount of content because the channel that he has now is just going to be strictly for Weapon Wheel. So
Yeah,
it's
and
not.
Yeah.
It's
didn't he
not going to
just
be
say
any
that's
more.
all it's for?
He's doing a real life podcast, which I'm actually going to be on.
Oh, that's
Real
very
life.
interesting. I'd
'Cause
like
we
to
live in
be
the
a
same
part of
city.
something.
We live in the same city, so that kind of shooing, you know.
Well,
That's
Really?
good because I can actually tell you guys about my life behind bars on some real shit.
Oh shit.
uh,
I'd like to be a part of something like that. That's very interesting. A live
I ain't about
podcast.
your damn
Yeah, it's
life.
gonna be like a table, like a Knights at a Round Table kind of thing.
Oh, that's pretty cool right there. Okay, well, that's pretty much all we have.
Okay.
Y'all have anything else?
Please rate and comment please rate and comment and subscribe to my channel, Live on Casing. See y'all later in peace.
this
Oh, you
motherfucker.
mean that's the end of the cast?
We finna end it here in a minute. I gotta give.
Make sure you
I
guys
gotta-
subscribe to my black ass.
I gotta give. Hold on. Let me give a shout out to the people in the chat. Shout out to Exposing Fuckboys. Shout out to Shane, Cycle Gamer, PlayStation for Gamers, Chariot Goblin. Appreciate y'all coming through. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Enemies Gameplay. Let me go ahead and let y'all give y'all's last words. Levon already said what he had to say. Wavy, go ahead.
Peace, people.
Sentries.
Peace. Yo, why am I blocked in the chat?
Oh shit.
Blocked in the chat.
Yeah, man, it says
Oh,
on
girl,
message. It says your message.
Why don't you say
cannot
what
go
you
through.
gotta say? Because it don't seem like
Oh,
you
you must have been commenting. You must have been trolling or something at
No,
one
I
point.
didn't troll
Somebody-
anything, son.
One of my
Alright, well, what you
moderators
gotta
might
say,
have blocked
Jay?
you. Go ahead, Sentries.
I already said I'm out.
Okay, Ralph. Appreciate you
Well, hold
coming
on,
in.
stay a minute.
Yeah, thank you so much for letting me on the last couple of minutes, man. I really do appreciate being on here.
No problem. Jet.
Oh man, appreciate you letting me on, bruh. Thanks, man. Subscribe to my channel, man. The Jet Fit Boss HD. Peace.
Grimpachi.
Yeah, I'm out, y'all.
Thanos.
Salvatore saying out and appreciate the invite, Raz.
No problem. All right, Shadow Man. Go ahead with your long ass outro.
What? All I like to say is that Jay Sentries took that L in that discussion we had.
Ah, shit. We ain't finna talk about this shit.
Everybody back out before you bring the shit up.
All right, everybody.
All right, take care, everybody.
Appreciate y'all watching. Please hit that like button on the way out. This your boy. We out of here. Peace out, y'all.
All right, take care, everybody. Bye bye.
And thank you.